Hey everybody, welcome back to the stream. Yeah, I'm dead tired, but I wouldn't miss this day for anything. I would check myself out the hospital, come home, do a live stream, and then check myself back into the hospital. I know people think I'm crazy,
through the security entrances and had to go through
but,
several different entrances. And
but
I
we
will
the
tell you, those
people
lines,
have
they were
waited
starting to build up. So definitely
for
keep that in
4
mind. Heed
years
that
for
warning. Of
this.
course, she mentioned that those crowds will start coming into Capital
So
One Arena any
I'm gonna
moment
go
now.
make
The security
coffee,
doors expected to open at 7 a.m. So
probably
anytime, really, they
shave
should be
since I
making their
need to
way into
shave.
Capital One Arena. Hopefully that'll provide some warmth for them as well, because many of them have been
So if
out
you
there
come
since even
in, say
last night.
hi.
Now,
Oh,
those
hang
freezing
on, let me
temperatures, of course, moving
drop this
all
in
of the
there.
festivities indoors from the National Mall. You can see from earlier, we have
Yes,
the
you can
crews
tell
here
that I'm
currently
not
setting up
feeling
the
good.
stage for tonight's big event. But last
But
night,
I haven't had any
many of the
coffee yet,
supporters were
so
here filling Capital
let's
One Arena for the
go.
victory rally, the president-elect's last rally
Let me
before
turn this
he
down.
becomes the 47th president of the United States. I do want to mention that all of the activities will take place in the Capitol Rotunda. We'll check in with Tom Fitzgerald throughout the morning as well. But the ceremony and the inaugural address will be live streamed here on the Jumbotrons
I
at
went on to
Capital One
Facebook
Arena.
last night,
And then all the pomp and circumstance will make its way here
and
to
people are
Capital
on
One
there
Arena,
just
because that is where the presidential parade will be happening around 3:30 this afternoon. And going back to last night, President-elect Trump, as I mentioned, held that last victory rally. He talked a lot about
they're
what
just
he
like
looks forward to on doing on day one. He said he'd signed
kind
more
of
than 200
mad that
executive actions to take place. These
TikTok is
actions will
back
address
up.
border security, cost of living, energy, a lot of the things that he campaigned on. If we can take a soundbite of that, he mentioned that last night.
And
within hours of taking office,
here's what I have to say about
executive orders.
people that are mad about TikTok being up. I'm sorry you're a no talent shill, but I'm not sorry. TikTok is a very valuable social media site. People make money. People provide for their families off of TikTok. And if you're the type of person that's like, they should go get a real job, TikTok is a real job. Social media is a real job. And it's normally the people that don't have any talent to be able to make a video, to become an online personality, to talk to a camera and a microphone, and be able to do any of this. You know, they would just rather take a photo of whatever dinner they're having and bitch about the weather. You know, pretty much Facebook has turned into a boomer app, and Instagram has turned into a look at me girl app. And if you want news that's always late, you go to X. But if you want news that's right here and now, you go to TikTok. Why? Because there's millions of creators on TikTok that go out and daily live stream everywhere. So if something's going on, you're probably going to hear about it while it's happening on TikTok. And if you're the type of person that's like, it's just a kitty corn app. Well, I'm sorry if you liked kitty corn and now that's what your For You page is showing. But all of us that have, more than 2 working brain cells know how the For You page works on TikTok. I could go onto my TikTok right now and start searching for cooking videos and click the like button on a few of them. And then the TikTok algorithm on the For You page is going to be like, this is what you want to see. So it's going to show me that. So if all you're seeing is kitty corn on your TikTok, then that's what you clicked on. Period. And no matter what anybody tries to say, us people that know how to use TikTok know the facts about TikTok. And Oh my God, I have to try to edit the live stream from yesterday because all that music, that live stream's 100% blocked because of all the music playing. So I'll unmute this. I'll go get ready. Try to wake up, get the coffee going. Because I imagine, let's see, yesterday was over 8 hours. I'm guessing today's going to be over 10 hours. So if you like the content, hit the thumbs up, share it, and there's a Cash App link that I'm going to pin right now to the top of the comments. So please donate. Oh, $1 helps. A couple bucks helps. I know everybody's broke, but okay. You can tell I'm just procrastinating, doing anything because I don't even want to. My body was like, get up, get up, get up. No, my brain was telling me to get up. My body was like, bro, are you nuts?
Could stretch out longer than anything we've ever seen at a presidential inauguration. We'll send it back into you.
Tom, thanks very much. Tom Fitzgerald heading up our coverage at the Capitol throughout the day today. And of course, we're going to be going strong all day long. And you can do that. You can tune in right here. Or if you're not able to be near your TV, you can watch us on our Fox local app, which you can download by scanning the QR code on your screen.
The other big story on this Monday, the Commanders, they're just one win away from going to the Super Bowl.
All right, so we appreciate our content partners there, Fox 5 DC. And as they are about to go to a quick break, we are going to do the same, but want to give you this quick content reminder. Inauguration Day 2025, live coverage starting at 8 o'clock this morning Eastern Time. But of course, I'm here in the host chair, Jeanne Francine, giving you all of that pre-coverage you need to know as it relates to safety and security, and also an itemized list of the events. 7:14 here on the East Coast. Let's go ahead and go to a quick 2-minute commercial break, our first one of the hour. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. 7:17 here on the East Coast, and such a beautiful shot. We just got into our Live Now from Fox Studios outside of the White House with that beautiful blanket of snow there in the front. This next shot that we're giving, I'm going to pretty much give you a round robin right now across the D.C. area. This one takes us out to the steps of the U.S. Capitol. And as we continue to show you coverage, we know people pretty much spent the night, many of them, to try to get a front row seat to Inauguration Day 2025. Take a look. You can see a sea of red Make America Great Again hats and people who have flocked to see history in the making. And then this beautiful shot, pretty much a wide scale view of what we can expect later today. And then if you look on the left-hand side and the right-hand side of your screen, you can see first responders as well as police officers, Secret Service. They are already there in full force, making sure things go safely and smoothly. 7:18 here on the East Coast. We see Fox 5 DC. They are back from a brief break. Let's check in with them now.
So cold that the inauguration activities have been moved indoors today, but even if you're going to anything, you want to make sure you bundle up for sure.
It's beautiful. Look at the mall this morning, though, right?
It is.
Gorgeous. Fresh fallen snow in the area. Well, we got close to 1 inch of snow across the area yesterday, right, Tom?
Well, it really depends. If you're up in the north and west, it was more like 4 or 5 inches.
Wow.
I mean, really delivering as you get, a little further with a little elevation. Locally, yeah, ½ inch to 1 inch, but it was sleeting for a time. All of that is just locked up solid here this morning. So, with the wind and the ice or the cold temps overnight, it's all frozen. Secondary roads are not great.
That's why I took Uber. Learned my lesson.
Good decision. Well, yeah, take Metro. And sidewalks, exactly the thing you're looking for. Or supply. All right, no office today. It's going to be very cold. At 9 a.m. and then temperatures actually falling as that cold air continues to filter in from the northwest throughout the day. Will be 23 by 5 p.m. It should be a dry day, which is great news. And I do want to mention blustery winds here. I'll show you the wind chills in just a moment. Okay, these are actual air temperatures. They have fallen since I got here at about 5 a.m. And they will continue to kind of drift downward later this afternoon. 16 is the actual air temperature now in Gaithersburg, 22 in Leonardtown, 17 in Culpeper, downtown D.C., 25 degrees at Reagan National. They're 18 in Hagerstown. Mixing winds out of the north and west, and your feels like is currently about 10 to 15. Feels like 14 right now in Washington, 4 in Gaithersburg. So this is why everyone was so concerned about people being outside for extended periods of time today. It's just not going to warm up. Unfortunately, some of the coldest air we've seen, or certainly this will be the coldest air mass we've seen so far this month of January. It's been a very cold January around here. All right, mentioned the snow accumulations yesterday, heaviest amounts in the north and west where we did get 4 or 5 inches of snow. Won't be the case today. It'll be all about sunshine and quiet conditions. Very cold tonight and very cold the next couple of days. Remember, our average temperature in January this time of year is mid-40s. We're going to be about 20 degrees below that the next several days. 27 this afternoon. Could be a few flurries tomorrow, 25, 23 on Wednesday. Hey, look at next weekend. Warm up heat wave. It'll be 44 by next Sunday. Any May?
You and your heat wave comments when it's literally 12 degrees warmer. Right now, we'll take a look. 7:16 your time there, 270 southbound, about 30 minutes between 70 and the Beltway. Holiday, not really a lot of people traveling on your area. Main roads, you should be cautious as the potential for ice just because those colder temperatures. Some places in the area. This is the inner loop in Silver Spring. A crash there at Georgia Avenue. That has the left lane and shoulder blocked, but it's only about 7 minutes in terms of your delays from Georgia Avenue. So again, that's on the inner loop for your top side. So it's not really going to cause too many issues. The outer loop is actually looking fantastic there between 95 and 270. 9 minutes to take you that 8-mile stretch going an average about 57, 60 miles an hour. Marissa?
Anyway, thanks so much. Today's inauguration ceremony begins with a traditional prayer service at St. John's Episcopal Church. And our very own Maureen Ume, she's live outside of the church with a preview of one of the most private inaugural ceremonies. Maureen, good morning.
Good morning. We've been pushed back from where the church is, but let me take you a little closer to show you the security measures in place. All last week, we're talking about just how intense this was, the most robust in presidential inauguration history. Take a look here. That is the White House there. Just to the left of it, your right will be St. John's Church. You see these anti-scale fencing that's gone up. They've pushed us back quite a bit, but again, security very tight here outside the White House. As you mentioned, the services will get going about 8:15 this morning. That is when the president is expected to depart the White House, the president-elect, I should say, expected to depart the White House and then head to St. John's. Church service at St. John begins around 8:30, and then they'll head to Blair House. And at Blair House, this is where they'll have a chance to decompress before then going to the White House to meet with President Biden and Jill Biden for ceremonial tea. But coming back to the church service at St. John's Episcopal Church, this is a tradition about 92 years old. This church is known as the Church of Presidents. This is a symbolic traditional starting point for the day. It's really aimed at setting a tone of solemnity and reflection before the rest of the pomp and circumstance, if you will, of the day begins. We're told that the rector of the church, Reverend Robert Fisher's his name, has been meeting with the Trump team to plan out a service that he says will be brief, but still provide the incoming president with a chance to reflect on the 4 years that lies ahead. This is tradition. No cameras, no videos allowed inside. It's also an apolitical event. Now, after the service, that's when the president-elect again will head to Blair House, and then eventually to have the tea with President Biden and Jill Biden. But back here live outside, you can see as things get ramped up, this is all getting started in less than an hour. You can see the security well in place here. Secret Service has pushed us out from where we were initially, and now you see the anti-scale fencing up. This is, again, around the perimeter of the White House. They have it around the Capitol. All of it meant to make sure that people are safe going here. You see some people trying to get into some points here. If they're not credentialed, they cannot. So Secret Service turning them away to get through other entrances. This morning already we've seen Border Czar Tom Homan as he was heading into this perimeter. But you can see it ramping up now. We'll be here all morning trying to give you just a scene setter, letting you see how this is all happening as the inauguration gets underway. But again, 8:15 is when the President-elect Trump and the First Lady are expected to leave and enter St. John's Episcopal Church for the ceremony that starts this morning. That's the very latest from here. I'll send it back to you. More to come.
We can definitely see the activity picking up for sure. Well, for the first time in 33 years, the Commanders will head to the NFC Championship in a matchup against the Eagles.
Has it sunk in yet? Let's ask Makia. She's joining us in the studio with more reaction.
Oh, gosh, it still feels surreal.
All right, they are switching to sports, and understandably so. A lot of people in the DC area excited about the Commanders, but wanting to share this with you in real time, a live look there as we are excited about Inauguration Day 2025, and we see the tweets rolling in real time. You can see here at 7:24 on the East Coast how many dignitaries and officials are sharing the very latest as well. We do see that Fox 5 DC, they are back from a quick commercial break with some breaking news. Let's listen in.
The breaking news from the White House on
everybody,
President Biden's final day as president, and one of his final actions pardoned a number of people preemptively, including Dr. Anthony Fauci, retired General Mark Milley, members of the House committee that investigated the January 6th attack on the Capitol, and the police officers who testified before that committee. The move could guard them all from potential revenge by the incoming Trump administration. The decision by President Biden comes after President-elect Trump warned of an enemies list filled with those who have crossed him politically or sought to hold him accountable for his attempt to overturn his 2020 election loss. So that news just coming in from the White House.
7:25, weather and traffic on the 5s. We want to shoot things over to Tucker now to talk.
Hey, Democrats, what are you scared of? Well, I know what you better be scared of. Donald J. Trump and we the people, because we're coming after you. You made the last 4 years a living hell. And we're coming after you and going to hold you accountable. And if that means that you get sent to Gitmo, then so be it. You should have got your act right 4 years ago. But, oh, of course not. It's because you're a Democrat. You think you're acting right, but, oh, you're just a Democrat. But, you know, we're a democracy. No, we're not. No, we're not. We have a democratic way of government, but we're not a democracy. Let me get this camera moved here. Make it bigger. You guys see that sign right there? That's the Pledge of Allegiance. And to the republic for which it stands. Hell, Trump's granddaughters knew it. But old Kamala Harris didn't know it. Why? Because it probably makes them sick to have to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Probably makes them freaking sick. Because they would rather say say their allegiance to Allah or the devil himself, not anything right. And now we're bringing the country back. And it's just really cool that there just happens to be a fresh layer of snow in D.C. to hide all the nastiness. Mother Nature was like, here, let's put 3 or 4 inches of fresh powder on the ground. Look how pretty it is. And like I said earlier, and I know I'm going to make a lot of people pissed off, but I don't give a fuck. This channel pisses off everybody. And if you don't like it, go somewhere else. I don't argue on this channel because I don't argue with your feelings. Feelings change, people. Why we got divorce court, divorce lawyers. Feelings change. And I am the king of holding grudges. I have held a grudge against my dad for probably going on 12 years now. He told me to make a choice after my late wife died. Coming back and living with him so I wouldn't end up homeless. Or staying with my family here where their mother had just died. And he thought I said, they ain't your fucking kids, they ain't your responsibility. And I told him to eat a bag of dicks. I haven't talked to him since. The next time I see that man, he'll be laying in a casket looking face up. I've had people like, you should forgive your dad. No, fuck that. My family knows what he did and they support me. I would never do that to anyone. Like, Mom, no. They're not your fucking kids. Prior to my late wife dying, those kids, William and Zena, were in my life for 10 years. And my dad just wanted me to just throw it all away. You need to come back home and go back to work at the factory. The factory that everybody worked at. You get out of high school, you go work at the factory. You work alongside your dad and your grandpa and your uncles. You work there till the day that you die. And the factory didn't care. I remember a guy there, he was in his 60s, died. Well, some of his family members worked there. They wanted to take the day off for his funeral. So they did. The boss wrote him up for taking the day off to go to a funeral because it wasn't immediate family. And what he meant by immediate family, what the company meant by immediate family is like you came from them. And I was like, what a piece of shit. I saw how bad it was there, living in that area. When I was, 18, 19 years old, having parties. And people that are my age, 50 years old, are showing up to those parties. No. I did what I had to do and got the hell out. Oh, man. So I was emailed last night because I was talking about cough drops and how the Vicks ones are crazy. They say severe in big bold letters on the front of them. Yes, they are severe. Whew. But these Walmart ones here are pretty good. Yeah, I never get the flavored ones. I don't want to be sick and sucking on cherry cough drops. I'm sick. I'm trying to get better. I'm not eating freaking candy. Oh, it's going to be a long day.
Stopping over. We will see him stopping over, I believe, at the Capital One Arena as well, where the presidential parade will be indoors. Again, very cold in Washington, D.C. Let me double check.
See, this is why we need to stop having the inauguration
right
in January.
It'll be a low of 12 today. 20 degrees without the wind chill. We're seeing that there may be some 6 to 13 mile per hour gusts of wind, which makes that wind chill nice and chilly. So
yeah,
President Trump saying,
wind chill been in the single digits.
The people, and let's have this event take off in the U.S. Capitol building. As again, this happened in 1985 with Ronald Reagan for his second term, and it was due to the cold as well. Very bitter cold temperatures in Washington. But isn't it nice to see the following thing?
Why don't we make
yesterday when we did coverage, it was
Election Day a national
gloomy,
holiday,
cloudy, rainy, and in some cases wintry mix type of day.
And
isn't that interesting? We're turning the page from the stormy clouds of our country.
December 1st would be Inauguration Day.
Is starting out with blue skies.
Because you've got almost a month
States of America
to get your shit together.
Right now at 7:35 a.m. Thank you so much.
Get stuff done. We can get the president inaugurated in
wall-to-wall coverage today. We'll be going to our great hosts
while we're working on all these confirmation hearings.
Kohler and Christina Loren
and
a little bit later. Looking forward to hearing their commentary.
I think those confirmation hearings need to have a time limit.
The people,
2 hours.
All of us that are out there. Enjoying
because I did 2 of them, and the only other one I'm going to do maybe is Tom Homan.
Excited. This is the day we've been waiting for. It is January 20th, 2020.
The whole, it's nice to see you again. It's nice to see your family. Blah 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 blah.
Start the day by attending a church
We
service
don't-
at St. John's
No.
Episcopal Church. Now, this is a long-time tradition.
Now,
for
I looked at, I
President-elect.
started
The church is actually
the
located not too far from the White House, so that's where President Trump
the
will start his day.
the second one I did
From
with that
there,
gnome woman, you know, the governor
Trumps
of
will have
South
a tea
Dakota,
at the White House.
Christy
with
Gnome.
the outgoing president and first
Before
lady.
Christy said one
Then
word,
it's off to Capitol Hill right there.
it was
Live
18 minutes.
picture, as you see, beautiful blue
18
skies once
minutes of
again,
a son of a bitch
for the
congressman
swearing
sitting
in
up there on
ceremony,
his,
along with the inaugural address.
you know, at
all
his
happening
table.
again inside the U.S. Capitol Rotunda.
Just blah,
Here you have the
blah,
president's
blah,
speech today
blah,
will be
fucking
about
flopping the gums.
unity, strength, and fairness. That, according to Fox
Morning,
News.
Carol.
The official swearing in will take place at noon Eastern time. Chief Justice John Roberts, of course, will lead the president in the oath. From there will be a former farewell.
You
of
know,
the
it was like
outgoing
we had a
president.
history tour
Following that, it's
of
off
everything
to
that
the president's signing room
the people
ceremony
asking
where
the
President
question
Trump, at his words, his
had with the person that
speed
they
and
were asking the
strength,
questions to.
will be signing more
No.
than 200 executive orders, new policies that will go into effect immediately.
Oh, screw
Everything
that.
from sealing the border to Operation Aurora to party.
We don't need all of that.
And that list goes on. President Trump and Vice President.
That's why it takes forever to get anything
JD
done
Vance, of course,
in
I
our
was gonna say
government.
Vice President elect, but Vice President
Because it's all fucking pomp
JD
and
Vance
circumstance.
will have a luncheon.
It's
at
all
Celebratory
just
Hall in the Capitol building.
ceremony
After
and
that
stuff.
luncheon, the president and
Like
vice
all this
president,
inauguration
they
stuff.
will be able to review the military troops. Following that, the presidential parade will take
You know, all they
place
got to do,
inside
all
Capitol
Donald
One
Trump
Arena.
and JD Vance have to
Finally,
do
President Trump will head
is
to the White House
put their
for
hand
an
on the
oath of
Bible
office ceremony, and then
and
at
say,
night,
I
he'll
do,
attend a number of
and be sworn in.
balls, including the
Then we
Liberty
can
Ball
get
and the
shit
Commander
done.
in Chief Ball. We will be live.
We don't need all
at
this
the
pomp and
Liberty Ball, where
circumstance.
President Trump and the First Lady will have the first dance of
We
the
need to
new
have
administration as we
like
are getting
weddings.
ready. To
You get the
see
big fancy
at
wedding where everybody
historic
gets all
speed,
dressed
again,
up, and
according
you
to the
have
president,
all the
a lot of
groomsmen and the best
executive
man
orders
and
other
all the
actions that will take effect
bridesmaids and
right
maid of
away.
honor.
More than 200.
Or
we're
you can
told.
do what me and my
So
wife
that's
did,
gonna
short,
be
sweet, to the
a
point. We
lot
went to
of
the
signing of
courthouse.
paperwork,
Bob's
which
your
will
uncle.
be
I do.
the
I do.
longest
Here, sign
signing
here, out the
ceremony
door.
inside the White House that we've
My
ever
first
seen,
wedding
because President Trump didn't want to wait
took
5
an hour and a half.
days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and go
And
slow
it
as
took 6
molasses
months to
as the last
prepare
administration to get
for
anything
that.
done, and they never got anything done. It was only
Me and
the
my wife
wrong
got
direction.
married. It took
So as
us
you guys know, we're
10
going in
minutes
the
to
right
get your marriage
direction now,
license
and it's going to be
and
interesting
5
to
minutes
see
at
all
the
of the great
courthouse.
things that'll happen this week
Me and my first wife
for
were
our
married for a
country,
year and a half and got a
through
divorce.
peace and safety,
Me and my
but
second
also
wife have
through
been married
law and order. So
going
we know
on
that
9
just
years.
last night, RSBN's Christina Loren actually asked the border czar Tom Homan at the TPUSA inaugural.
We got
food
married
ball,
on leap year,
which
February
cities
29th.
other than Chicago will ICE be taking care of business on Tuesday. And he said basically ICE across the country will be unhandcuffed. So his answer basically,
Yeah,
is
so
a
they could do
broad
their
answer
job.
of the national movement of
You
Operation
know,
Aurora. So
you
we'll
crossing
be
into
following
the
this
country
moments here at
illegally
Lakeside. In addition to that, any of the press
says it
briefings
right
that
there.
happen with Press
Illegally.
Secretary Carolyn Levitt in Washington, D.C.
If I go and jump the fence into somebody's yard, you're going to want me out of your yard. You're not going to say,
all right,
"Oh, well,
this,
come in. I'm going to give you a
broadcast brought to
check.
by a number of great sponsors,
Here's
including
a bedroom you can sleep in.
RepublicanRed.com. We will show you some of the
Here's some
bottles that we've
food.
got shipped here recently, a little bit later in the broadcast, but you can see right there the beautiful bottle 4547.
Oh, sorry if
The
you don't like,
golden age is
you know,
here.
our American
And why
food
not
and you want
celebrate
ethnic
with
food.
some of this wine right here. This is sparkling wine, Republican Red Winery. It looks like champagne to me. I know there's a difference, but it looks like a great bottle right there. Also, the 45 to 47. Pinot
That's how I've
Noir.
always been.
So
Stuff
Republican
takes too
Red
long.
Winery, a number of great products on there. The discount code is RSBN. Another awesome sponsor
You
of the
know,
Right Side
today
Broadcasting Network. Also, back to
It's
the
going to take
schedule.
longer.
We know that today will be quite the long day. We're looking
The
forward to every
NASCAR
part of
running
it.
the
We're gonna
Daytona
sit back and
500,
enjoy it with you,
which is
with
a
those
500-mile
moments, especially
race.
when the world watches President Trump
The
put
inauguration
his
takes
hand on the
longer.
Bible and be sworn into office.
To put
by,
that in
Chief
perspective,
Justice John
40
Roberts.
NASCAR
Tomorrow,
drivers on
the
a racetrack
president will attend the traditional prayer
from the
service
start
at
to the
Washington
finish.
National Cathedral. And of
It's
course,
less
part of the
time
oath
than the
of, any
inauguration.
president is
And there's
to
people all
swear
mad that,
by and is
you know,
to
it's
also
being
preserve,
changed and being
protect, and
inside.
defend the Constitution of the United States. And we've seen that through Agenda 47 and those
But like what
24
the guy on
promises
the screen
from
said,
President Trump and
the windchill's going to be
Republican
in
National
the
Committee
single
as
digits.
to the platform, the
Why?
beautiful
Because
complete
Washington, D.C.
promises
is
that are all common sense
in the middle of
and
winter.
good for the American people.
They're on
Because
the
at
East
the end of
Coast.
the day, who doesn't
cold
want
there.
to be safe? Who doesn't want to be free? Who doesn't want to have their constitutional rights? So,
Or why don't we
looking
just
forward to
move
seeing, this all come to fruition.
election day
Also,
to
President Trump saying last night at the rally,
say a nice
quote,
fall day,
"We will all be sworn
like
in
September,
tomorrow," end quote.
October.
So today, of course. So all of us being sworn in as the people here. Obviously, President Trump representing us as the 47th
But no, you're breaking
Commander-in-Chief,
tradition.
47th
Well, then you
president
know what?
of a
Let's go
great
back
nation,
to the
United
original
States of America.
way.
Today is a
We did the
historic
president and
day,
vice
and we're
president.
so glad you're joining us here on Right Side
But no,
Broadcasting
people don't want to
Network.
do that either.
Here are some of the headlines we're
People really don't
following
want
at
to
the
do
network.
that.
President Trump,
And if you
according
wonder
to
what
the
I'm
Wall
talking
Street
about,
Journal, is to declare a national emergency
if we
on
went
the
back to the
southern
original way,
border.
Kamala Harris would be
Also,
vice
a
president.
large amount of J6 pardons have already been drafted and will be signed today.
The person that
by
won the
President
presidential
Trump
election became
after
president.
he
The
is
person that
officially
lost became
sworn
vice
in.
president.
That, according to Charlie Kirk on
And then we
Truth
used to do
Social.
all this
We're also
inauguration
hearing
in
that
March.
President Trump will sign more than 200 again
So let's
executive
go
orders
way back.
today,
But no,
focusing on
no.
border
People don't
security,
remember that.
energy, lowering living costs for families, and ending DEI programs in the federal government. I saw
The
that, of
first
course,
time I
on,
heard about
Election
DEI,
Wizard, who is also citing
I
Fox
was
News
like,
Digital.
really?
President Trump said at yesterday's rally also that he will
You know,
declassify
diversity,
the
equity, and
JFK,
inclusion,
RFK, and MLK
that you have to hire
museum.
everybody,
Today, of
whether
course,
they're
is
fully
Martin
skilled or
Luther King
not.
Day as well. So a very historic
You know, if I
day,
ran a trucking
as
company,
President Trump again will be
I'd
inside
want to
that
make
building
sure that
right
every
there
person I hired to
and
drive a truck
swearing to the oath
could
of
actually
the
drive that truck
presidency for the
and not
47th
just hold the
president of the
wheel and
United
drive it in a
States.
straight line,
Also, we're hearing that
like
the
back it
first
up,
Air Force One trip for
driving through
President
major
Trump will be
cities
on
where
Friday
the
to
roads
Los
ain't all
Angeles
wide and shit.
to tour and visit the
They should
people
be able
there,
to know
that are devastated
where they're
by those
going.
wildfires. Of course, a lot of very strong things to say.
Oh, yeah.
about Gavin Newsom,
The
the
California
governor there in
wildfires.
California. That confirmed yesterday.
You
I
want to
heard,
look
from
up
our
something
Bobby
about the
McFeely.
California
I know that there was going
wildfires.
to be a trip to LA.
Look up where they're
Bobby
supposed
said
to
yesterday
put
that would be on
all the
Friday.
Olympic stuff
Trump also has
in
confirmed
LA.
his plan to disband the Department of Education and to bring
And
it
where
to
the
the states.
wildfires have been.
Saw that article as well on Gateway Pundit. So we are working
Where the new
as a
high-speed
unit
rail
here
supposed to go,
as we are moving forward,
and where all the
reporting to you
wildfires have
everything
been.
we're learning about
And then
the
look up
incoming
Smart
administration.
LA.
But at the end of the day, today is a day of celebration, but also a day of action.
They want to
So
make
it's going
LA
to
a
be,
smart city.
figuratively speaking, a celebratory official day of the 47th president.
And by it being
lot
a
of
smart
action.
city,
And we've heard action
it's easier
before.
to
Well,
just
today is that
build a
day.
new
More
house
than
that's a
200
smart home
executive orders to be signed
than it is
by
to
President Donald
retrofit
Trump.
some old home.
One of our sponsors, Kalshi. If you go to kalshi.com/RSBN, you can check this
What
out.
burned
Will
burned
Trump
down?
create a Bitcoin reserve, a 64%
A lot of the old
chance
homes
there. There are a lot of different questions
that were going to be
people are betting on
expensive to
and trading on.
retrofit.
Let's see if there's one at the last second right now on Kalshi.
It's like
that
the
really
whole
has to do with
flooding in North
Inauguration Day
Carolina.
or the oath in office.
Look that up,
The
everybody.
top question right now is who will Biden
That whole
pardon?
area they got
Who
flooded
will
out.
Biden pardon? So Benny
There's a
Thompson
big
has
lithium
40%. Jim
deposit in the
Biden
ground
has
there
33%.
that they want
This,
to mine.
about $9
And
million of
land's worth a whole
betting
lot more
going
if there's
on
a
here.
house on it.
Literally, if you look on Kalshi.com right now, you'll
But
see that. A lot of other
if you
good
get rid of the
questions
house
too. How many executive orders will Trump issue on day one?
and you're
More
still
than
wanting
15, it
the
says
person that
here,
owns that
or
land
10. So more than
to
15
pay
has
taxes on it,
34%. Wow.
oh,
Way
they
more
don't
than
have a
15, as
job.
you
They
guys
can't pay
know. More than
taxes. So
200 to be.
We'll just come
signed
in and
today
take it.
in Washington, D.C.
Good old
Let's go to some of the
eminent
information about the
domain.
Bible used during the oath of office.
And I know
today.
everybody's like,
President-elect Trump will
you're
use
such
his Bible,
a,
which was given to him by his mother. He'll also use the Lincoln
I don't know
Bible.
the term
So
they
in
used.
1955, he received the
It's
Bible
not a
to mark
word
his
award,
Sunday church, his
but I'm
personal
not the
Bible,
type of
to
person
mark his
that's all,
Sunday church primary school
you know,
graduation
happy
at
go
First
lucky
Presbyterian
praying.
Church
Yeah,
in
I do
Jamaica,
believe in
Queens,
God, so don't
in
even
New York,
start
of
there.
course. The Bible is a
But I don't
1953
live my
Revised
life
Standard
on
Version published by
hope and
Thomas
dreams
Nelson
and
Sons
fairy
in New York.
tales. I
In
live my
addition to
life on
President Trump's
facts.
Bible, the
And the
Lincoln
fact is,
Bible
our
will
federal
be
government,
used for this historic ceremony. The Lincoln Bible
you know, no
was
matter
first used on March 4th,
if you're left or right,
1861, for the swearing
you're
in
still
of the 16th
two
president.
wings
Quite
of the same
historic right
corrupt
there. The
bird.
vice president-elect will use a family Bible that belonged to his maternal great-grandmother. His mama, Bonnie, presented him with that Bible on September
You know,
22nd, 2003.
it takes two wings to make a
the day
bird
he left
fly.
home for the Marine
The
Corps
left wing and the
recruitment
right
depot in
wing.
Paris Island, South Carolina. The Bible is a King James version published by Thomas Nelson
I've
and
been doing
Sons.
this
So,
channel since
some
2018,
history there,
guys.
or some facts there
So,
for today's oaths for both the vice president-elect and president-elect. So
I don't live in
a few
hopes
fun
and
facts
dreams.
there, as you see at high noon today, when President Trump is
I
sworn
do
in.
a whole
Prior
lot
to
of
that, of
research.
course, the vice
A whole lot of
president-elect
research.
being sworn in as well. So looking forward to seeing all of this coverage right here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. Again, we're going to be going to Capital One Arena, where RSBN's Bobby McNeely and Megan Cole.
And yes, they want smart cities.
From RSBN's Christina Loren.
I mean, hell, there was a movie out years ago called
5 straight
Demolition
days of
Man,
coverage, everything from
where
the
they literally built
inauguration
a
to,
city
yesterday's visit to Arlington
over the
National
top of the old
Cemetery, where we
one.
saw the president-elect and vice president
And all the people like me
Gold Star families paying their respects
went to live
there to the some 400,000
under the new city.
fallen soldiers and over 639 acres of a beautiful area there to remember our fallen soldiers. And we saw that yesterday to the rally as well later in the day. And then, of course, last night we wrapped up our trifecta of coverage to the TPUSA inaugural.
Just how it is,
ball.
everybody.
So it is 7:48. And producer, can you repeat?
Money talks in this world and bullshit walks.
All right, so one of our next sponsors, let's go to Americava Coffee. Americava
Your
Coffee.
hopes and
One of my
dreams
favorite pictures right
are
there
on the
is of
bullshit
President Trump,
side.
in that gold tie. This is a picture from overseas from just a couple of weeks back. You
Your
can see there the
prayers.
Trump Gold Blend coffee at on your screen right there.
You know,
100% made
kind
in
of
the
pulling
USA.
at hopes and dreams.
Also, if you use that QR
I know
code
this
right
makes
there, it'll take you
everybody
right
mad.
to the website there, AmericavaCoffee.com.
But I can pray
if you use that RSP
all I
promo
want
code, you'll get
for God to
10%
wake
off.
me up.
We'll have to get some of that here at the studio to try.
I know if I don't have my
good
cup of
reviews
coffee,
for that coffee as well. So looking
I'm
forward
not going
to
to
trying
wake
that
up.
Cup of Joe here in a bit. It's 7:49.
If I don't
We
take
thank
my medicine,
Americava Coffee for being a great sponsor at
I'm not
Right
going to stay
Side. Looking
alive.
forward to trying their coffee.
Period.
As I'm hearing again, great reviews there. Right side of your screen, the building that is going to see a lot.
And here's something that a lot of people don't realize. I looked it up.
At the U.S. Capitol building.
Why is there no
Building
skyscrapers
there, the People's
in
US
D.C.?
Capitol is where President Trump will be sworn in
Because
as the Commander-in-Chief.
there's a law there that no building can
This
be
is going
taller
to
than the White
I
House.
believe, and I'll just project and just
So you can
say
see
that
the dome of the
about
White
1
House
billion
from
people
wherever.
will watch this today. Now, will they watch it all live?
And I was like,
maybe not 1 billion.
that
Maybe they
explains
will.
it.
But this is something that's going to be seen by people.
I hope to
from
one of
across
these
the
days be
globe.
able to get to the
Maybe
White
more than 1
House.
billion. I mean, there are 8
Be able to see
billion
it all.
people on Earth. So there's a lot of cell phones out there. There's a lot of TV screens out there, and everybody knows, of course, about President Donald J. Trump as he is the leader of the free world, the most famous
No, this is
person
something that
on Earth.
I have to
And
explain every
got
time.
that title, I believe, because he's an outsider that ran.
Why
for
can't people
office, won,
live
and did
stream
great things?
when
And
there's
on top of
a
that, great
event going
personality
on like
and,
this.
a very genuine person. It's
Well,
great to
let's
see,
see. There's only
all
a
of his successes over
certain
the
amount of
years
cell phone
as a real
towers,
estate mogul, as a TV executive, having his own show, The Apprentice,
and
and then onward
when
to
you're live streaming,
the White House.
and
And
everybody
then
is
on top of that, if you looked at the
at
letters
a
to
certain
Trump,
area,
a number of really well-known people, from Oprah to
you know, say here in
heads of
Arizona,
state,
every February,
all supportive of President Trump.
we have
that
the Second
same
Amendment
day,
rally down at the
and
state
that was
capitol.
before, of course, he
Great
was
rally, and
president.
I will do a
Now,
video about it,
he,
and I will be going to it.
at the end of that book, which is a beautiful
It's in
thing,
February
writes a
or
letter
early
to the
March
American
every year.
people. So it's letters to Trump, but it's also a letter to the
But
American people.
people
So a great
have
book if you
asked
like
me
to get some
why they have
good
trouble
reading
live
and
streaming,
some photos of
and I'm like,
those
let's see.
documents of those letters as we look
They
at
built the
the
cell
president's
towers in the area
future home in just about
per the number of people
what,
that live
4
in the
hours,
area.
4.5 hours. So looking forward to
And
seeing
then you
President
have,
Trump in the
you know,
building
3,000 or 4,000
that
more
he
people
belongs
show up,
inside,
and all their cell
will
phones
lead
are
our
connected to
nation
those
to
towers.
great things, because
Then you have
at
people
the end
trying
of
to
the day,
live stream.
we know those 20 core promises,
You're overwhelming the cell
as they are
towers.
followed through, will only do
Period.
great things
That's
for our
simple
country.
fact.
Let's go to patriotaddictdeals.com. Patriotaddictdeals.com. You'll see the Trump combat knife. It's also one of the great products on patriotaddictdeals.com.
But you know, I've
great
seen people get
sponsor
so
here at
mad,
Right Side
like,
Broadcasting
"Oh my
Network.
God, my phone
A
sucks. I
lot
can't
of
live stream."
products on there when it
Did
comes
you
to
look around,
MAGA,
Billy
President
Bob, and see
Trump,
that
and you'll
there's
see right
thousands
there
of
that
people,
Trump combat knife as well.
and probably
So
10% of those people are trying to do the same thing?
is the place to go for that. You get 30% off by using the RSBN 30 promo code. All right, so we went over the schedule for today. If you're just joining us right now on Right Side Broadcasting Network, I'm going to go over that schedule again here in just a few minutes as we get ready to go live back to Washington, D.C.
And then there's people that are like, "We need
video
more cell phone
from
towers."
the White House right now on this morning, where it is blue skies in Washington, D.C., bitter cold.
They don't want a
It's
cell
still-
phone tower
it's
in their
blue skies or
backyard
cloudy skies any day of the week. But there are some
because
people that
that's
like
not
that
aesthetically
cozy,
pleasing to look
cloudy
at a cell
day here
phone
and there.
tower.
I do too.
I
But
mean, hell, in
I'm glad
Phoenix
that
here,
today
we
is
have
a
cell phone
beautiful
towers, the
blue
sky
sky day,
says.
the sun
Palm
out,
trees and
and
cactuses.
we're ready to see great
And
things
yes,
happen today.
they
in
look
the
extremely
Capitol
weird.
building, also in that White House. Think
Just do
about
a
the
research.
amount of
Palm
executive
tree cell
orders
phone
that
tower.
are going to be signed in that
They
building
look
there
weird.
in the presidential signing ceremony today. More than 200 executive orders today. This
Joe
is not
Biden has
something that
officially
President Trump
left Air
is
Force
going
One
to
for the
drag
last time
on
ever as
until
president.
weeks and months to come. According to what he said yesterday at that rally speech, this is something that he's getting done on literally day one. So,
People, do you
that's
realize how
already
big of a
promises
bullet this
made,
country,
promises kept.
this world has
He said on the
dodged
campaign trail that on
by not,
day one we're going to get
you
X,
know,
Y, and Z accomplished? Well, he's a man of his word,
electing
and it's going. He
Kamala
has to
Harris.
get a lot of presidential pens, to be honest with you. I mean, 200 some odd executive actions today that will go into effect. These policies will go into effect
We
immediately.
dodged
And again, every one of
the
them
biggest bullet.
along the lines of those 20 core promises to the American people. So we are definitely looking forward to seeing that here at the network. So again, this morning, we are starting out with coverage live as the president-elect will start the day by attending a church service at St. John's Episcopal Church. This is tradition for incoming presidents. This is near Lafayette Park, which is right across from the White House right there. And we'll be bringing you that live coverage.
But
and we'll be bringing
that
you
just
live
always,
coverage throughout the entire day, including
there's so
over
much stuff
at the
going on.
viewing of the ceremony at the Capital One Arena. We'll have our camera there as well. So
And people are
we'll be all over the
still
place in DC. You came to the right place
calling
this
us
morning as we
people that
approach
voted
the
for Trump
top of the
cult
hour,
members.
8 a.m. One
And
of our
he's
other
going to
sponsors is
ruin the
American
world.
Finance. American Finance. You can save upwards of $854 a month.
I
with
don't know
this code
how
right there. All you have to do is
those
call
type
that
of
number
people
on the
function
screen, figure out all about
that just have Trump
refinancing
derangement
and
syndrome
all of the
so bad.
credits that you may be able to get through American
I think
Finance.
everything
This is
that
a
I've heard
group
Trump's
that,
going to do
likes and loves
sounds
our
great.
country, of course, and it's
Keep
always
men
good to
out of
have
women's
patriotic
sports.
people that you work with in
You
business.
know,
So
Stop
American
DEI.
financiers save upwards of $854 per month.
I mean,
call
the California
888-402-0299.
wildfires are the perfect example of
4
DEI.
minutes from 8 a.m.
There was a
on the East
firefighter.
Coast.
She was a
Good morning
female.
to those of you just
I
joining
like
us right
other
now. I know
females.
a lot of you are starting to log on,
And she posted a video
on Right Side
that
Broadcasting
if she's got to
Network
come
and stream us
carry your
live
ass
and watch us
out,
from your living rooms, also maybe your iPad or your
then
Microsoft Surface or your
it's your
laptop,
fault
your
because you
phone,
put yourself in
iPhone,
that
or
predicament.
Android. Thank you so much for doing this. And if you're watching this on replay already, welcome to this great.
And I was like, are you
live
serious?
broadcast
But
where
she's
we
a
will see
DEI hire.
historic event after historic event today, and looking forward to hearing from We the People as well. We will be interviewing them outside of the Capitol
It's
and
just-
outside of the Capital One Arena today, and we're looking forward to hearing
like
what
if
they
you-
have to say on this day,
If you need to call,
January 20th,
your house is on fire.
2025. So let's once again go
You
through
want
the schedule for
a person
today. If
capable
you're
of putting
just
the
joining
fire
us,
out
the
and
president-elect
rescuing
again
anybody in there.
We'll start at St. John's Episcopal Church. We'll have that live.
Up to and
There
including
he'll have
breaking in the
a
front
White
door,
House,
cutting a hole in the
tea
roof,
with
everything
the
that
president,
firefighters have to do.
incoming president and first lady. We'll have tea with
Not
the
somebody
outgoing
that,
president and first lady. Then it's off to
you know,
Capitol Hill
just because
for
they
the swearing-in
fill a certain
ceremony,
box
along with the inaugural address, all happening again
that they can
inside the
get
US
hired.
Capitol Rotunda. Again,
Like
something
if
that
you
hasn't
called
happened since
for a paramedic,
1985. Hearing that the president's speech
you
will
want
be about
someone that
unity, strength, and fairness. The
knows
official
how to be a
swearing-in will
paramedic.
take place at noon Eastern Time. Chief Justice John Roberts will lead the president in that oath. From there will be a formal farewell of the outgoing president. Following that, it's off to the president's signing room where,
Oh my God, Illinois is so stupid.
Historic speed and strength.
Illinois has
Signed
passed
200
law
executive
allowing
orders
illegal
today.
aliens
So those policies will go into
to
effect
change their last
immediately.
name with
Everything
no
from sealing the
conditions.
border to Operation Aurora to pardoning the J6ers, and the list goes on. President Trump and Vice President Vance will
Illinois has
attend
got
a
to be the
luncheon
dumbest
at
state ever.
Statutory Hall in the Capitol building as well. And after the luncheon, the president and vice president will
And I've heard
review
people say,
military troops.
well, there's patriots that
Following
live
that, the
there.
presidential parade
Then why aren't
will
they
be taking
fighting?
place inside the
Fighting for
Capital
their
One
state,
Arena. And
like
finally,
in
the president,
California.
the president will.
And I remember seeing the
attend,
pictures of
the
the
ceremony at the Oval
voting
Office in the White
thing,
House.
you know,
So
the voting map
obviously a
in
lot of notes
California.
here to
They're like,
follow, but
oh,
at the
we're
end of the
flipping
day, great
California
moments to be
red.
had. Looking forward to having you with us throughout the day.
And
through
I
the
have
evening,
said
we
it
will have
numerous
2
times.
broadcasts
And I'll
today.
use
So
the state of
the first
Arizona as
broadcast
an
is all of the
example.
official business of the day and all of the great moments. I mean, I'm looking forward
Say
to hearing some of the
every
great
single
artists
person that
come
lives
forward.
outside of
Looking forward
Maricopa
to hearing the
County
speeches, hearing
votes
the oath from
red.
President Trump, and that
In
inaugural
Maricopa
address is
County,
going
where
to be
Phoenix
awesome to
is,
listen to as well. And then, you know,
votes blue
that signing
for the president.
ceremony in the White
Arizona
House for
votes
all
blue.
of those executive orders.
Period.
Great to view
It's
that
simple
as
numbers.
well. I don't know at this
You guys
point,
want to
are
count
we going to
all
have cameras
votes.
inside while he's signing? I believe
Well, the population
we
of
would.
Arizona is like
We
7
do have
million.
all access today. We're going to get every angle as we can.
2/3 of those
So the
people
point is, looking forward to that.
live in
And then the
Maricopa
second
County.
broadcast will be starting tonight.
So,
I believe I have to look at the time to be
you
honest
know,
with you.
simple,
So I don't
simple
wanna lead
numbers,
you
everyone.
astray on that. It looks like 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll start off our live coverage at the Liberty Ball, where President Trump will deliver some remarks. It'll be great to see him in a tux there. And also, we'll see him with the first dance with the First Lady. We'll be going to RSBN's Bobby McNeely and Megan Kohler at that Liberty Ball. And then also at about 9:10 Eastern. So this is all in the second broadcast. So basically, we'll watch this one together today. And then when this stream ends, there'll be a new stream that starts for tonight's inaugural balls. Again,
well, one of the
6:30
things that I
p.m.
think is
Eastern,
way funny.
but that's obviously
Way
several hours
funny.
away. So let's stay with it.
Now
We'll
that
do as we are
TikTok
at
is
8
back.
o'clock, 8 this morning, right now. Welcome to Right Side Broadcasting Network.
So
Thank you
many
so much
people
for
on
joining us
Facebook
as we are
are
getting
all
ready
angry.
to go live to Capital One Arena, where there is a viewing
Like,
of today's great ceremony.
they should
We'll be
ban
joined
TikTok.
by,
They
Bobby
should
and
ban
Megan there, who have been
OnlyFans.
doing
They should ban
fantastic work
Pornhub.
since Thursday. 5 straight days of reporting as hosts here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. and looking forward, of course, to.
And I'm like, so you don't want people to make money? No, they should go get a real job.
Around the country and move forward with coverage here.
How many single moms with
Angel Paste
a
is
couple
also
kids
one of our sponsors here at Right Side
don't
Broadcasting
see their
Network.
kids as
Spring,
much as
Texas
they
is
want
where
to
they are from.
because they're out here
Also
struggling to
hire
make ends
great
meet.
Veterans, and they also have a great product. So kind of a
When
trifecta
that
of
single
great
mom
things
could
right there.
easily
Texas, a great state, of course. Hello to those of you
start up an
watching in the Lone
OnlyFans
Star State. Aren't you glad that today is
and
January
possibly
20th?
make
AngelPaste.com.
at least what
You
she's
can
making
use an
working her
RSPN
regular
promo
job,
code, and you'll get 10% off.
possibly a whole lot
Someone
more,
asked
and be
me the
able to
other
spend
day,
time with her
on
family.
Truth Social, because you don't see it right there on the screen. They said, "Is there a discount?"
They were
code
saying it
for
about
AngelPaste? So it is RSPN.
people that
and
make
you will
money on
get 10%
TikTok.
off of the
They should go
products
get
there.
a
So go to
real job.
AngelPaste.com, a great sponsor here at Right
I
Side
commented on so many
Broadcasting
people
Network.
that I'm
2
sorry
minutes
you're a
after
no
8 a.m.
talent
I'm Matthew
hack
Alvarez, guys. We're looking
that
live
don't
right
know how
now
to
at
make
the White
videos.
House. And
I'm really
can
sorry.
we see a vantage point maybe of the U.S. Capitol building, because it shows a bit more of the sky right now, where
I am
it's
really
starting
sorry you
out
have no
beautiful
talent.
blue skies today in Washington, D.C. So it's great to see that yesterday, obviously more ominous and darker clouds and some rain and clement weather on the outgoing administration. And look what we get this morning.
Yeah, I was
Blue
watching
skies in America
the live
when it
stream
comes
where
to
they
Washington, D.C. right there. As it
there was
is
a woman from
Inauguration
Right
Day
Side
in America.
Broadcasting,
You're watching live coverage right now,
and
bright and early, here at
she
Right
was
Side Broadcasting Network. Again, it is
like standing up on a
January
bridge or
20th,
something.
2025.
But she had a great camera
Can you believe
view
it? We're here.
down the
You
road
think about all of the
where
rallies, all of the
the
campaign
president came in because they
trails,
were going to do
stops
the
that we've had live coverage,
the
watching
replaying
President
ceremony
Trump
at the
go
Tomb
from
of the
town to
Unknown
town
Soldier.
across this great land. I remember
And you
Pickens,
could
South
see
Carolina, quite a hot day
some
there, but
memorial.
so many people.
I think it
showing
was a
up there.
Lincoln
How about
memorial
the return to
in
Butler,
the background.
Pennsylvania? How about trips to Detroit,
And
Atlanta,
then
Philadelphia?
within like
How
5
about
minutes, you
Phoenix,
couldn't see it
Arizona,
anymore.
all over the country? Coachella in California, Iowa, New Hampshire, when it comes to all of the primary and the Iowa caucuses. So many great moments over the past year and a half or so.
Yeah, and
it was definitely all of 2023 and 2024. So 2 years.
People are going to be
campaign
thoroughly
trail stops
disappointed in
and
2028.
winning in Iowa, the caucuses right out of the gate, then New Hampshire and on. And the
Because they
rest is
haven't looked
history,
back
as more history to be
at
made
the
today
past
on
presidential
January 20th,
campaigns. There has been no
2025.
person running for
Today is
president
not only going to be an
that's did
official
what
day of
Trump's did
proceedings when it comes to the oath
with
of
all his
office
rallies and
and
stuff.
the inaugural
There's been no one.
address. Today is going to be a huge day. Of
Reagan didn't have
positive
huge
action for
rallies.
this country.
Both
Common
Bushes,
sense and
Clinton,
strength at historic
Obama.
speed, according to the president yesterday.
They didn't have these
We
huge
will
rallies.
see more than 200 executive
People have
actions,
gotten used
executive
to
orders to be signed by the president,
wearing
which
their
will go into
MAGA
effect
gear
immediately. So some of
and
them,
going to these
again,
huge rallies.
everything to do with border security and also J6 pardons, the economy, so many things today. As we're taking a live look right now, as we start our live coverage in Washington, D.C., going to a church right there for President Trump, the St. John's Episcopal Church. The president-elect starting the day there, attending a church service.
You know,
This is a
if JD
long-time
Vance turns out to
tradition
be
for
a great guy,
presidents-elect. The church
and I'm
located
saying,
near the
yeah,
White House. As we take a look at,
I always
some
get
of
so
the
much
first
backlash for
family there, I
that.
believe, if we can hopefully zoom
And
in a
I'm
little
like,
bit more,
did you guys
as
forget
we
about
see
Mike
more
Pence?
people get ready to walk into that St.
You
John's
know, the
Episcopal
person
Church.
that
We'll
pulled
be
the
seeing, I
Judas
believe,
move
the
by
president
stabbing
walk
Trump
right
in the
into
back.
that church from that vantage point. I'm not sure specifically if that's the vantage point we'll get, but it is at this point.
You
So we'll
know,
be following everything
how
as
quickly
we
we
see it.
forget.
So I can tell you, as we do
How quickly we
thank
have
some
hope
of
for
our
somebody
sponsors
else.
here, if we see President
And
Trump,
also, everybody,
we will
remember,
cut to
JD
these
Vance
live cameras.
used
Maybe
to
we
be a
can
never
see this
Trumper.
camera and also the
He said some
freetrumpbook.com
very
is one of our
discouraging
big
things
sponsors
about
here at Right
President
Side
Trump.
Broadcasting Network. Freetrumpbook.com
And
might not
oh,
be doing
Now
great
he
things there,
totally
and
changed
a
his
lot of
mind.
great books,
He changed the way
for
he
our youth
feels
as
about
well. So go to
President Trump.
freetrumpbook.com. Let's go back live
Well,
to
facts don't
the
change,
church there
everyone.
as we
Feelings
see
do.
a number of people
JD Vanson's
walking
feelings
in
about
right
President
now,
Trump
part of the,
change.
Trump family,
You know,
as we look
just
forward to
just
seeing
saying. Just saying.
President-elect Trump, possibly the
But
First Lady, will be with him attending this church service. I do know this is a long time tradition for
so many people
presidents-elect. So
just
maybe we can take a
forget.
triple screen on some of our sponsors as well, as we look forward to seeing any of
all the
activity
sponsor
here
stuff.
in
Sponsor,
Washington,
sponsor.
D.C., as people attend this church service at St. John's Episcopal in Washington, not too far from Lafayette Park, which is
The
right
only
across from the
YouTube
White
channel that
House. You're
does
watching live coverage right here on Right
great
Side.
sponsorships
Every vantage point that we can give you, we will.
is a
That
Cletus
is
McFarland
the
channel.
name of the game for
He's a
us
car
here at
channel.
Right
He's
Side.
out
We
of
want to
Florida.
show you everything we can when it comes to
Every time he
the
does a
political
sponsorship, it's
movement
right at the
that is
start of the
happening
video.
across our country. So not only America First reporting
He gets
and
it.
America First conservative news,
So
at least reporting
video
regardless
like,
still
oh, we got to
the
talk
facts of
about
what's happening. So
this
we
sponsor and
see
that
there
sponsor.
that is right at the start of President Trump, the President-elect's day, there at the St. John's Episcopal Church. Again,
And
we'll be
also
going
people
to,
that live stream
RSBN's Bobby McNeely and
and
Reggie Stover as
have
well a bit
ads
later in the
during their live
broadcast
stream.
outside of Capital One Arena.
You know
as
how
people
jarring that
are
is
getting ready to go into that building to watch
to be
the
watching someone's
ceremonies,
live stream.
on the screens in there. And we're told
And
that President Trump
it's a
will
great
be,
live stream.
possibly
Unlike mine.
attending the Capital One
It's a
Arena
great
as
live
well
stream.
for
Then
the
all of a
presidential
sudden,
parade.
oh, here's an ad for
After he is
Pampers.
sworn in and after the inaugural
Or here's an
address. So,
ad
producer,
for
are you saying to toss to
some feminine hygiene product.
What's that?
Like every woman doesn't already have their
Okay,
choice
let's go
of
there live right now. To
feminine
Washington,
hygiene product.
DC at St. John's Episcopal Church.
And no, they can't go into the church and live stream. No cameras allowed. And everybody, do you remember about this church? They tried to burn this church down. You know, the whole BLM stuff where everybody took their little profile picture and turned it to a black box. I don't forget. Or everybody that turned their little profile picture into the Ukraine flag. Because we just have to send all of our money to help them. Even though 7 or 8 Ukrainian generals' mansions burnt down in LA. How do you think a Ukrainian general afforded a multi-million-dollar mansion in LA? Oh, that's right. We the people bought it for him. Our taxpayer dollars bought it for him. But no. You know, Russia's bad. You know, so many of these bleeding heart liberals would probably round up all the predator animals like the lions and tigers and jaguars and stuff and put them in a separate area to save the lesser animals. Because that little deer needs to live. People, it's called the circle of life. Oh, my phone's blowing up already, everybody. Good. Wow. Yesterday was the 35th anniversary of probably the coolest movie ever made, Tremors. Yeah, so many people are so anti-TikTok. This is why I live in Phoenix, Arizona. It's 10 degrees here in Springfield, Illinois. Yeah, no. And if you're just joining, you can see on the screen, they're at the St. John's Church. The church that BLM tried to burn down. And that Trump got so much hate on. Because how dare you stop BLM? You know, how dare Trump stop BLM? And hey, Kamala, I think that you might be able to get a job at McDonald's. Just saying. Since you are in a few hours unemployed. Oh, excuse me. And oh, happy MLK Day, everybody. Morning, Michelle. How you doing today, dear? Well, awesome. I wish you safe travels, dear. It's going to be a long day. I only got a few hours sleep last night. I think I got like 4 hours. But yet, when this is all over, I'm going to sleep for like 3 days straight. Because, man, yesterday I live streamed for 8.5 hours. But it was worth it, everybody. It was so worth it.
Not yet. It was just the family pizza. It would be in the next like 5 to 10 minutes.
I'm still trying to go through yesterday's live stream and trim out all the music. Because while the music is great, you get copyright claims. Look at all that fresh snowfall in D.C. That sure is purty. And yes, I said purty. P-E-R-T-Y. I just saw a map and shows below freezing chance. January 21st. Literally 95% of the U.S. below freezing. But not where I'm at. So go ahead and say that I'm stupid for living here. Because, oh my God, it's just so hot there. You know, I'd rather sweat my ass off than freeze my ass off. And that's a fact, Jack. So out in Apache Junction, Arizona, which is just east of me, like 4 or 5 miles, there's a Pizza Hut buffet that all you can eat lunch every day, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the buffet is only $10. Yeah, I would definitely be going there. But yeah, let me show you this map. You see a little white spot right down over here? That's where Phoenix, Arizona is. All the rest of the country is freezing, but not Phoenix. Now, granted, it's not. It's freezing for us people that live here. It's currently 37 degrees. So if I went out and started my car right now, there'd be a snowflake on the dash. And oh, I have to where's my cable at? God dang it. Oh, there it is. Beep, beep, beep. So I'm gonna upload a video while I'm live streaming. So this is gonna be fun, but this is why I have super fast internet. Because I wouldn't be able to do this if I had just a basic plan. And if you guys wonder what video editing service I use, it's Wondershare Filmora. Where's my video at? Wondershare Filmora 14. You have to pay for it. But man, I'm so glad Talk is back. Thank you, Donald J. Trump. I think this is it. I think it's funny. TikTok's logo is a big T. Trump's name starts with a T. Tesla's logo starts with a T. Okay. Let's make this into a video. Maybe I need to do a video showing this. Like do a live stream showing how this editing software works. Yeah, it makes my PC run hot, but I don't know a lot of people that could be editing a video, rendering it, while 2 other videos are playing and live streaming. I love it. So the other day I mentioned that back 2 tires on the car are really worn out. So what I'm going to do is go and get 2 new tires for the back of the car to be put on the wheels that are currently on the back of the car. And then I'm going to take those wheels with the new tires and have them put on the front. So I'll have 2 brand new tires on the front of the car. That's how I've done it forever. Because here in Arizona, especially in the Phoenix area, you got a front wheel drive car, your back tires don't do a whole lot. They just kind of follow wherever the front tires lead them. Okay, I'm back, everyone. Wasn't my fault. Not my fault. We got a little power surge here. Well, the TV and everything came back, but my camera didn't. Oh my gosh. Ain't that a hunky-dory thing? I can't wait to move. It's going to be a whole nother year in this crappy apartment. I've told so many people, I'm like, yes, this place looks nice. I've lived here for a year. It's not nice. So let's figure out why my webcam isn't working now. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's see if the microphone's working. Test, test. Yep, microphone's working. Okay. That was weird. I know it wasn't because I was trying to upload a video while this was going. Like the power blinked here. And no, there's no audio on this. Yeah, everybody wish Investigating Truth a safe trip today. She's moving from Indiana to South Carolina. Hopefully she finds South Carolina a better place to live than Indiana. But I just think it's funny how everybody's like, oh, if I just moved to like Tennessee or somewhere that it won't be cold. Like I just showed you on the map on my phone. If you don't want to freeze your ass off in the winter, Phoenix, Arizona, or LA is the only place to go. And I assure you, you don't want to live in LA. So, Phoenix, Arizona. You can't have a nice winter without having a hot summer. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. Unless you want to be what's called a snowbird. Now, for those of you that don't know what a snowbird is, it's people that have the means of, say, living in Minnesota during the summer and then coming to Phoenix, Arizona in the winter. Snowbird. You stay in Minnesota till it starts getting cold there, and then you head south to Arizona, and you stay here till the springtime when it starts getting hot, and then you move back north. I gotta grab my phone. You know, there's nowhere where you're gonna live and not have to deal with something. Oh, it looks like GD Vance. People get all mad at me when I say and his beautiful wife, or if I call like Christy Nome beautiful, or Pam Bondi beautiful. Like, what the hell? Seriously? Pam Bondi is 59 years old. I think she looks amazing for her age. Especially since, I watched that confirmation hearing, and I guarantee there ain't no filters on any of those cameras. That lighting is super harsh. She still looks beautiful, especially for 59 years old. All I'm saying is, I wouldn't kick her out of bed. But I know so many people that are just prudes. And I find it really funny when somebody's a prude and they've got like three or four kids. It's like, what? Did you go and get artificially inseminated to make those kids? No. You and your man went into the bedroom and did some heing and sheeing to make those kids. Probably a whole lot of heing and sheeing. But, oh, we didn't do that. It's colder than a polar bear's toenails. You know, that's why there's a saying, don't kiss your mom on dad's birthday. Well, no, mom doesn't do that. I don't do that. Bullshit. You just don't want to admit to it. Oh, this person here on my Facebook is in Duluth, Minnesota. Negative 10-degree temp, negative 33-degree wind chill. See, no, just move.
Looking live there in Washington, D.C. There are blue skies in Washington, D.C. this morning. As you just saw, the president-elect walking into St. John's Episcopal Church. This is as to tradition for presidents-elect to attend a church service right there near Lafayette Park, near the White House. Again, you're watching live broadcasting right here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. There are no video cameras for television or streaming inside the church service. We'd love to bring you something like that, but that's just not happening on any networks. As we see here that the president there attending church, again, blue skies in America. Hello, everybody. I'm Matthew Alvarez. Looking forward to going to RSBN's Bobby McNeely and Megan Kohler and Christina Loren to join us with live team coverage for Inauguration Day in America. It is January 20th, 2025. Beautiful
God.
Photos, 3 of them there. Live video perspectives from the White House to the Capitol Hill U.S. Capitol building, and then to the St. John's Episcopal Church there, where you just saw the president-elect walking in. This is his first thing to do today, is to go to church. Then after that, there will be tea at the White House with the outgoing administration. So both the president-elect, along with Joe Biden and Jill Biden, will meet with Mr. Trump and Melania today at the White House. That's up next for President Trump. Then it will be off to Capitol Hill for the swearing-in ceremony and all of the inauguration coverage that we will have for you throughout the entire day right here on RSBN. Also today, more than 200 executive orders that will be implemented into policy immediately happening today. President Trump, promises made already, promises kept. He said over the campaign trail at the rallies that he would be doing so many actions for this country that are great on day one. Well, here we are, day one, blue skies. Yesterday, quite cloudy on the last night of the previous administration. And here we are, looking forward to, as Bobby just put it on Truth Social, morning in America, as in good morning here in America, as you see 3 live vantage points. And of course, we're live right here. I'm Matthew Alvarez again. It is
I just love
8:47
pissing
Eastern
everyone off.
time, as we look forward to bringing you all of this live coverage
I
today.
just posted on
When we go to
Facebook.
Bobby and Megan, they'll be at Capital One Arena.
That is
We'll also go to
37
Christina Loren today.
degrees here
So
in
a lot of
Phoenix.
coverage as we get ready for a number of
Just triggering
all
everybody.
sorts of live coverage here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. Let's go now to one of our sponsors at Right Side Broadcasting Network, as you'll see in just a minute on your screen. But we do know, of course, that it says it right there. I can say it because it's right there, right? Badass all-in-one home gym. So getjackedup.com. That is one of our great sponsors here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. That looks like a sweet home gym system, if you ask me. If you want to get more information, just go to that website right there.
Yeah.
Go to the QR code.
It is a sweet home gym setup.
To get more information on this great weight
if you've got the room
getting
to
in shape, always a good thing. Make America healthy again.
put
to be
that
honest
in
with
your
you, over
home.
Christmas and the break there, ate way too many cookies. They were very good, but you know what? I started to turn a new leaf, and hopefully we'll continue to eat
But
healthy.
yeah, go ahead and buy
start working
that
out a little
fancy
bit more,
home
too.
gym, everyone.
All right, so great sponsor here at Right Side as you're taking that.
And then
live
2 years from
look,
now, I'll
it's the
buy that
quadruple box here at
a
Right
quarter
Side
of the price you
Broadcasting
paid
Network.
for it on Facebook
All right, so
Marketplace.
after church, President Trump again will go to the White House for tea with Biden and his wife Jill. Melania will be accompanying President Trump as well. Then again, off to Capitol Hill for the indoor rotunda ceremony. This is the first time this has happened, as many of you have heard, since 40 years ago, where Ronald Reagan, for his second term, was sworn in for the people to see. Also, it was the wind chills were very low there in DC back in '85. We're looking at about 20 some odd degrees right there in DC right now, but a low in the teens, even lower.
Says here, breaking in his final hours as president, Joe Biden has just pardoned Anthony Fauci, General Mark Milley, and J6 committee members. Yeah.
House inside that arena as well. So a huge celebration today. So I see today as
my whole thing is
kind of three things. One is
why would he have to pardon them if they're not guilty?
The great moment that President Trump will become the 47th commander in chief. Then the celebration kicks off when we see over at Capital One Arena a presidential parade, performances, and also a possible visit by DJT himself, the 47th president. And then the third part of today is the action, the executive orders. So we have the official.
Pam Bondi said there is no legal basis to keep the Jeffrey Epstein list private.
At a
speed, let's put the Jeffrey Epstein list out.
As President Trump said just
yesterday, let's put the P. Diddy list out.
Historic speed and strength.
Let's put all the facts about
the executive orders that are going
the
to be
JFK assassination,
and also
let's just spill all the beans to everything.
Again, all of these executive orders
and
will be immediately
see where we end up after this.
Play will be today, and so we will see all of that news coming out. So stick with Right Side Broadcasting Network on Truth Social and on X and on our website and right here on the network as we are live here streaming to you. As we get the news of these executive orders, we do know a few of them, of course, generally speaking, have to do with the border, with illegal immigration, with the J6 pardons. There are
the one thing that I love about this whole border thing.
There are so many,
and it makes so many people mad.
Happen.
I've lived in Arizona for 25 years.
Of very serious news to be had as well. This is
a
day of celebration and official proceedings.
We've had to deal with illegal immigration
wasting any time,
the whole time I've lived here.
Yesterday, during that
the whole time
speech, he said along the lines.
Well, now that all these southern states
we should spread out some of these executive
are just
over
spreading the illegals everywhere.
No way. He is going to sign more than 2.
Now every state gets to deal with them
because it is day one, and we know that. It shows
because 25 years ago,
of our country. Yes,
if you were to ask anybody, stay in Iowa,
leader stepping
or Illinois, or Indiana, or somewhere, if we had an illegal immigration problem,
but we also know
they'd be like, no.
Outside of that celebration,
go ask them now.
That President Trump
guarantee they'd say yes.
Also, we will
guaranteed.
Tonight, we'll have live coverage in our second broadcast starting at 6:30 Eastern. the inaugural balls in Washington, D.C., the Liberty Ball.
Okay, hang on,
the
everybody. I
Chief
don't know
Ball.
why
We'll
my
have our
camera's not
cameras
up.
at the Liberty Ball as well, where Bobby McNeely and Megan Kohler will be live. We'll
There we go. Sorry about that, everyone.
still very cold in
My camera wasn't
Washington,
up.
but it's beautiful to see blue skies there. So on the bottom right of your screen, that is the St. John Episcopal Church. That's where President Trump and President-elect Trump and
That's what
Vice
BLM tried to
President-elect
burn down
J.D.
because,
Vance
oh, we
and
got to
their
burn down churches.
spouses are attending church service. Again, this is a long-time tradition.
That whole
for
BLM
presidents-elect
riot
to
thing was
attend
just
church at the
nuts.
St. John's Episcopal Church, which is near Lafayette Park, near the White House. So a lot to get kicked off today here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. Go ahead and share this live link on Rumble and on other platforms as you're watching, and let people know that we are wall to wall today, and we will bring you live coverage. And again, we will be joined by a number of our great hosts here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. Bobby McNeely, Megan Kohler, Christina Loren, team coverage live from Washington, bringing you the sights, bringing you the sounds, bringing you the moments of this great day that we have prepared for a long time. Some of us might have thought, is this really going to happen? You know, during the campaign, are we really going to win again?
Oh, just saw something else, guys.
But we know what happened in 2020.
Particularly
Too big to rig
dangerous
that took place
situation
in the
alert
sense of
issued as
being way too
Trump
big to
went set
rig.
to
And then on
return
top of
to
that, the
California.
RNC with Laura Trump and Michael Watley and all of the lawyers
Yeah.
and all of the people watching like a hawk
Enough
the
stuff
entire
didn't burn
election.
down the
And all
first
of the
time.
great grassroots groups.
No,
all
say
the
what you want to
election,
say.
Agencies and election integrity and election security groups
But
out there. Everybody really focused on it. And
seriously,
on top
think
of
about
that,
it.
again, too big to rig. Winning the popular vote, winning the electoral college, all 7 swing states.
CNN
What a
found
night on November
liable
5th.
for
Well, here we are now,
defamation.
as President Trump said,
Jury awards
75
U.S. Navy
days
veteran
since that
$5
great
million.
win. We are now on
That's what I keep saying,
January 20th,
everyone.
2025. So happy you're with us. Stick with us today.
All
Why
you
not,
that
right?
want
I
to
know
just
some of you might be
flap
watching
your
at
gums,
work, as it is
saying whatever
Monday,
you
but it
want
is Martin
about
Luther King Day,
somebody
so a lot
else.
of you have off. So this is going to be a lot of coverage today.
If you're saying
As
false
President Trump
stuff about
mentioned
someone,
the other day, that this will be a large TV audience,
that's
a large
defamation.
streaming audience as well, because of the fact that those of you that are
And if you think
in
that you
Washington,
can't get sued
DC,
because
that
of
wanted
it,
to see President Trump outside the Capitol,
CNN just got
delivering
sued
the
and
inaugural
lost.
address, obviously for reasons including the cold weather there. The only confirmation I have and we have at the network is it was the cold weather, of course, bringing everything inside, just like back in '85 with Ronald Reagan. We know that the audience will be quite large today. Happy that you're with us here, and happy that you're going to be seeing
Oh,
Bobby,
excuse
Megan,
me.
and Christina as well a little bit later in the broadcast as we get ready to go to them live at Capital One Arena. All right, so one of our other sponsors here is Done With Debt. Done With Debt, as you see right there, donewithdebt.com. That number's on your screen. If you fight for your financial freedom, you can do that through this group right there. This is a group that's going to help you reduce your debt and figure out a game plan for you. Great to see the president there in that cutout right there with his fist in the air. What a time that was for our country. Go to donewithdebt.com. Fight for your financial freedom. Of course, specializing in eliminating credit card and personal loan debt, as you see there on your screen. Call them at 888-322-1054. An awesome sponsor, donewithdebt.com. Now, that picture right there that you saw with
Guess who fell
Secret
asleep during the
Service agent
Pam
with the
Bondi
sunglasses on,
hearing?
Mr. Curran. He is now
Oh, that's
going
right,
to be
Adam
the
Schiff.
Secret Service director for the United States Secret Service. So President Trump appointing him to that role. Last night, we saw Kash Patel on stage at the TPUSA inaugural Eve ball right here on Right Side. And of course, appointed to head up the FBI. Pam Bondi over at the AG's office. over the Department of Justice, and a number of great picks by President Trump, as you know. But today, as we approach the top of the hour, 9 a.m. on the East Coast, 6 a.m. on the West Coast. Thank you so much for joining us, Matthew Alvarez, as we see a few people walking in there to the St. John's Episcopal Church, where President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect Vance are attending service. Once again, this is a tradition for presidents-elect to attend church at that building right there, not too far from Lafayette Park, which is right across from the White House. After this, as we go over some of the specifics here, brought to you by the AP in the sense of a list of all of the specifics, I do want to share with you the schedule of today. So we do know President Trump will have, again, a White House and have share tea with the outgoing administration. Then it's off to Capitol Hill for the swearing-in ceremony, along with that inaugural address. Hearing that the president's speech will call for, quote, revolution of common sense. A revolution of common sense. That article.
Yeah, that's what we need to bring back.
On Truth
In
Social
this
and
woke
on
stuff,
X,
in
on
this
our
DEI
account,
stuff,
at RSB,
bring back
and
common
on
sense.
Truth Social.
And I'm sorry
and
if you
on
don't have
X at RSB Network. So
two
again,
working
during the
brain
president's
cells
speech,
where you
we'll call
don't
for a,
have any
quote,
common sense.
revolution of common sense. Isn't it great that it's a revolution of something positive, great, and wonderful for our nation? We are going to go to one other
And I get told all the
sponsor
time,
here. Before we do that,
well,
I just wanna
broken, not
continue on
everybody's
that we know that the
as
official
smart as
swearing
you.
in will take
Listen,
place at
people,
noon
I've
Eastern
survived
time,
2
and
strokes.
Chief Justice John Roberts, of course,
You
will
should
lead the
strive
president
to be
in
smarter
the oath.
than a
Looking
person that
forward to
survived
all of
2
that live
strokes.
coverage. Let's go to Tax Network USA as well, one of our great
Because
sponsors,
if you're
Rightside
not,
Tax Network
that's
USA,
sad.
800-357-1415.
But
If you
people
missed any
don't want
tax
to
deals over
learn
the years,
anymore.
you need a little help with figuring out the game plan there, you can go to tpusa.com/RSBN. This is a great group right here. You'll be able to get somebody on the line there at 800-357-1415. Tax Network USA. All right, it is the top of the hour here, 8:59, just about to be 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm Matthew Alvarez. Let's go to a commercial break. We'll be right back. You're watching live coverage of Inauguration Day in America. We'll see you after the break.
A large retail store just canceled a huge order, leaving us with a ton of extra MyPillows. But you know what? That's their loss. I'm going to make it your
My
day.
pillow,
For the
everyone.
first time ever, you get standard classic MyPillows for wholesale prices, only $14.88. I can't believe I'm even saying that. Only $14.88. But it gets even better. For a limited time, I'm going to offer my entire classic collection at wholesale prices. Upgrade to a queen size MyPillow for just $18.88. King size only $1 more. Get my body pillows for $29.88 and multi-use MyPillows for only $9.88. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on the screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of wholesale pricing for the first time ever on TV, including my standard size MyPillow, only $14.88. They've never been offered this low before. We have limited quantities at this price, so limit's going to be 10, and once they're gone, they're gone.
Hey, y'all, it's Silk from the Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live Show. Look, don't forget to check me out right here on RSBN Network. Be sure to watch the show on Right Side Broadcasting Network, and I want you to support Right Side Broadcasting Network. Yes, it's imperative that you do so, okay? I look to see y'all soon.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Finally, we got a good
Welcome to Right Side Broadcast.
press secretary.
Your trusted conservative news outlet.
Caroline Levitt.
At RSBN, we deliver the truth when the mainstream media falls short. Since 2015, we've proudly broadcasted every single one of President Trump's iconic MAGA rallies, bringing you the excitement and energy live before anyone else.
And
By
I
watching
live
RSBN,
streamed a
you get an
lot of
unfiltered
them.
front row view of the action on the
Oh,
ground.
man.
We interview the crowds to give a voice to millions of Americans just like you. We show you President Trump's speeches in their entirety, free from interruptions and censorship. We cover the stories that matter to you with the integrity and passion you deserve. Thank you for choosing RSBN as your home for America First News. Together, we stand strong, united, and informed. So join us and be part of the right side of history.
Welcome back. Live coverage here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. Blue skies. If you're just waking up and joining us, look at that there at the U.S. Capitol building. Inside that rotunda, the great leader of this nation, who has been the great leader of this country and the free world since 2015, 2016, will be sworn in right inside there at that rotunda of the U.S. Capitol on Capitol Hill. Blue skies in America. Thanks so much for joining us as you take a live look at the White House, the Capitol, and outside of St. John's Episcopal Church, where President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect Vance are attending service. Again, this is a tradition for presidents-elect every morning on Inauguration Day to go into that church right there to have church service, and then onward to the day's agenda. Of course, a lot of coverage about to be had here at the network. We'll be seeing the oath of office. We'll be seeing the inaugural address, speeches. We'll be seeing and hearing and experiencing some great artists and performers singing. And also over at Capital One Arena, where that rally was last night, Bobby McNeely and Megan Kohler, our RSBN hosts, will be there as well for that. So a lot of coverage, a lot of different vantage points today, as it is quite cold in DC, but awesome to see blue skies as we are excited to bring you this coverage, because obviously this is about that fork in the road that we kept talking about leading up to November 5th, the right turn toward strength and common sense and making America great again, or the left.
But oh my God, the
towards
left are
a
losing
very,
their mind.
Progressive, liberal, extreme agenda, anti everything that this country was founded on. Those are the facts. And the people said, nah, we're not going left. We're going to go right. And that's what happened. We saw it, too big to rig. And here we are as we look forward to seeing the reform of this country. And, you know, Elon Musk saying the
But I
same
also
thing
said
on,
that
X on his headline page that he had for a while.
And
he had that the people
that it was going to
voted
take a
for
Democrat running this country into the
majority of
ground
people voted for
for
government
people
reform.
to
So that
wake
obviously
up.
looking forward to seeing that happen here. So let's
For
go
these
on
Trump
to
haters
the
to wake
agenda
up and
again as
realize,
just joining
hey,
us, that we can share with you some of the details.
maybe that
of
orange
today.
man is the
And
best
also,
thing for
again,
this
we'll be going
country,
to Bobby and Megan as soon
because
as
we got
that
the
is up and running there.
senile man in
Arena,
here,
where I believe there are people
and
outside
he ain't fixing
already
anything.
waiting to get in line and waiting to get inside that arena to watch this great ceremony that will be had in just a bit from now. We're looking at 10, 11, 12, 3 hours, less than 3 hours until the president-elect gets rid of the word elect and is the president of the United States, the 47th commander-in-chief.
Yep.
So one of the most important parts of today, after those official proceedings, is the president's signing room ceremony. So it's a president's signing room ceremony where more than 200 executive orders will be signed by President Trump, and those policies will take effect immediately. Those
And I could
include
hear
border
the
security, all things that would be positive and great for
the
our
liberals
country.
screaming
At
right
the end of
now.
the day, it's
No.
and these are the things that President Trump, as you guys know, on the campaign trail has been talking
He's
about.
erasing everything Biden did. Well, what do you
months,
think Biden did? Erase everything Trump did.
Within the first administration, so many great positive things were happening.
And this is just
And
what
we're
happens,
looking forward to
everyone.
seeing more of that. Plus,
People don't
even
understand it.
more of the same and
Yeah, we're gonna have Trump
here
for 4
as
years.
we look to make America great again. As
But also in that 4
yesterday,
years,
President Trump
it gives the
saying,
Democrats time
we
to
are sworn in together and
come up with a new
as
plan.
president. Of course, he representing we the people, but he's
And
saying
I know
when
what
we
that plan's
again,
going to
you know,
be.
that's something that he said during those campaign stops. When we win the White House, well,
They're going to have
gets we the people.
Mr. I
He
look good
definitely
on
gets we the
camera and
people.
Mr. I've got
You know,
great hair.
the test of
Gavin
time,
Newsom
and then also the test of all
to
the
be
terrible
president.
things that he had to face,
And
has
then,
faced for all of us.
Gavin Newsom is going to
nope, not doing this anymore. But there's something very unique,
turn the
very special about President Donald Trump and what he
whole
has done for
world,
this country,
well,
and what he has done for the free
whole
world.
U.S.
How about saying
and
straight
to
up there would
California.
be, quote, hell to pay if Hamas would not release some of this, release the
Now,
hostages. Well, we saw what has happened just recently. 3 American hostages returned.
For those that think that, oh, that'll never happen.
Peace through strength.
That'll
but
never
he gets the job
happen.
done and is an outsider, is a regular guy. When I say regular guy, I mean someone that could talk to anybody. Doesn't really pay respect.
Those same people were saying
respect to basically
that
everybody.
would never
He's the
happen
guy.
about
I mean, we're looking at this live
Joe
picture of
Biden
the
being
White House and the
president.
Capitol and all these official proceedings. But remember, on the campaign trail, he was the guy that stepped into a garbage truck. He was the guy that went to McDonald's.
Yeah,
and
Garbage
said
Force
from the
One.
window. Are you serious? Yeah, that's who we're working with here. He's the one that
thought of
also
that.
made America.
Now you have
in this first
Air Force
administration.
One,
We'll make it
Trump
again
Force
in
One.
this next administration.
Well, that
has
garbage truck
promised us
that
a lot of a great
I swear
deal of
broke the
promises
internet.
That already again
That would be
promises
Garbage
promises
Force
kept. He
One.
already said that he's going to do a lot on day one. Well, it's day one, and he's going to be not just soaking in the moment. He'll soak in the moment, but
See,
he'll
Trump
also,
is the biggest
be happy to sign executive orders today. He's not waiting. He's not
biggest troll
slow
ever when it comes to
rolling
the
this thing. This is
Democrats.
going to be, as he said yesterday,
Oh, you call all Trump
historic
supporters
speed
garbage.
and strength.
Well, I'm
when
going
he
to show up in a
signs
damn
these
garbage
executive
truck.
orders later today. As you're taking the live look, videos of
And yesterday, all the people that
US
were
Capitol and St. John's
walking
Episcopal
down
Church. We will be going soon to Capitol One
down the
Arena
street
as well,
going to the
because what's awesome about you're about to see is I believe
rally.
there are thousands and
A lot of them
thousands
were
people
happily
outside of
wearing
Capitol One Arena. And Bobby and Megan are RSPN hosts, of course, that you've seen here at the network over the past 4 days of coverage. We'll be interviewing people there
garbage
live.
bags.
Today is a day again of
Woohoo,
official
got
proceedings,
another
of
subscriber.
celebration,
Thank you
all
to
in
just
one day.
subscribe
So
to the
a
channel.
trifecta of sorts
I really
for the political
appreciate it.
world and for our country.
I'm
as
almost
we
to
get ready for
7,500 subscribers,
some
everyone.
live coverage, as you see.
40
right now,
away. So
some
let's
activity
go.
just outside of St. John's.
You want to
Episcopal
donate
Church.
to the
Again,
channel? Right up
the
there at the top of
president-elect
the
and president,
comment section
and
is the
vice
Cash App.
president-elect Vance are there.
If you want me to do a video
family and other staff
promoting your channel, your
seeing,
business, whatever,
the president-elect and vice president-elect walk out of the church,
I'll do it.
to their
$15.
respective
$15 to my Cash App,
with extremely
and I will make a video
also,
promoting
with
whatever you want me
prayers
to
from the
promote.
nation and prayers from the world.
That's
let's be
not
real. I mean,
bad.
look at all of the people that are of the
If
free
you leave a
world
comment
that
in my
want
Cash App, because you can leave a
free
comment in there when you
free nation
send
like
somebody
ours,
money.
They're praying.
You leave a
They
comment
want
in there
great
what you
things
want
for
me
our
to
country, but they want
promote,
great things for their land as well. Think about Hungary,
and I'll do it.
the people in
$15.
Brazil, and
What does that
Poland,
$15 get me?
people of the UK. They want to be
Tubes
free.
and
They
tobacco
want
for the next week.
some super extreme leftists ruling over them, telling them what they can say, what they can think, what they can buy. That's
But say you have a business.
Here, say don't tread.
You
on
got a
us.
struggling YouTube channel.
We the people. This
You know,
is
you
our
got like
land,
a
and
couple
this
hundred
is, the
subscribers on your
Constitution
YouTube
that
channel.
Our founding fathers wrote for us. So that's what's great.
I'll
about
tell you what I
President
do
Trump
if you got a
today,
YouTube
when he
channel.
says he's going to preserve,
You can
protect,
see on the screen,
and
there's a ticker
defend
running across the
United
bottom of the screen.
States
That's not my ticker. That's right side
Alabama delegate,
broadcasting's
Trump Alabama delegate,
ticker. Well, I can
sent
have
me
a ticker
photo
running across the
of
screen too.
The Constitution recently. She
I
was
will
in, with
set
her
a ticker
family
up when I live
in
stream,
the National Archives Museum.
telling people to go
And I
subscribe
asked
to
them,
your
because I knew
channel.
that they all texted and say they're going to this museum. I said, well, can you send me a photo of it? So I'm going to post that on Truth Social here in just a bit. But it's wonderful to see the actual Constitution of our United States.
It'd be a great way
National Archives Museum
for you
Great
to
museum
promote
there in
your
Washington.
channel.
Obviously, tons of history. And speaking of that history, we'll be seeing.
And I will keep the
today
ticker up there
a
for like a
historic
week.
day.
Like
Again, President Trump
I'll do
said
you 5
with
live
historic
streams
speed
with
and
that ticker
strength
running.
will he be signing all of these executive orders.
Now, what am I
policies
talking
that will
about?
be
Ticker
enacted,
here.
excuse me, right away in Washington, D.C.
This.
Inside the White House there. I'm also looking forward to, obviously, a member of the press.
So me
looking
talking
forward
about
to
your
seeing
channel
the Washington, D.C.
will be
Breaking News
running
Press
across the
Briefing
screen.
Room. Carolyn Levitt, the press secretary, taking questions from the press. When will
advertising
White House press briefing be?
Your channel.
We haven't heard here at the network, but obviously as soon as there is the first one, we will be watching that and bringing you that live.
And every video I do for a week.
So we have
I will
the ability to see what is
for your
happening at the
channel.
White House,
A link to your channel in the comment
at the
section.
Supreme Court.
Telling people to go subscribe to the channel.
Regardless of where around the country things happen, we will be able to bring you that live feed here at Right Side Broadcasting Network, including President Trump's trip on Air Force One, his first trip to the West Coast to Southern California.
Now here's something.
See the LA wildfire,
there's a video
damage that's been
on YouTube here
the people of the region
of
and
oh man, I'm
increased
tired,
federal
guys.
Support there. Of
But there's a video on
President Trump
YouTube
blaming Gavin and
where they
their,
compared
LA
Trump Force One and Air Force One.
Situation out there with the Palisades fire being the largest one.
Trump is getting a downgrade.
24 lives and
Air Force One isn't as nice
California.
as Trump
Those of
Force
you,
One.
That may be up watching right now at 6:13 out there on the West Coast. Thank you so much for joining us. And those of you in the Mountain Time Zone, the Central Time Zone, and on the East Coast, you are watching live right now, Right Side Broadcasting Network, 9:13 Eastern Time. That is St. John's Episcopal Church, President-elect Trump and the Vice President-elect Vance and their spouses are in the church there, having a church service, taking part in that service there. And then we'll head off to
Guys,
the
I
White
never
House
thought
where,
that
President-elect Trump and the First Lady, Melania Trump,
we would be
will
here right now.
meeting with the outgoing administration.
What am I talking
at
about?
time they're actually having tea there at the White House, a very large and
You know,
tradition, of course, for the
us
incoming and outgoing.
on inauguration day,
From there, it'll be off
the
to
inauguration day
the
of President
US
Trump.
Capitol as we get ready for this inauguration day in America. Again, if you look at the top left of your screen there and a little bit around the live box right here, you can see blue skies there. Haven't seen blue skies in DC over the past, I don't think, 4 days. There might have been some peaks of sun there, but today, what a great day to start. Blue skies in Washington for someone that is going to do
that's
great
just
things for our nation. All right, so let's go through some of the
what
schedule
the
for
Democrats
today
do.
as we get ready to go live to RSBN's Bobby McNeely and Megan Kohler, along with Christina Loren, who will be live at Capital One Arena and other various locations throughout Washington, D.C. We have a huge crew of our camera ops as well, and all of our production staff here at the network, putting in a lot of hours.
And I know people say that I need to have hope.
But all dedicated to the cause. And the
Well, I'll
cause
tell you
is
right now,
to bring
everyone,
you the live event.
you can
to
hope
bring
in one
you-
hand and
to
shit in
bring
the
you
other and see which
all
one
of
fills
the
up
news that
faster.
we see here. So bearing the cold out there, but definitely doing it for the right reason. Of course, being employed as well is always a perk, a great perk. So again, we're seeing and waiting for the president-elect and vice president-elect to exit the church there. It looks like the service may be
And
over.
that's just
So as
simple
soon as we
facts.
see the president-elect, we'll go there live and just listen in. We did hear some questions from the press being shouted to President Trump, the President-elect Trump. He didn't answer any of those questions, obviously just starting out the morning there as we see a few people exiting the building. So that might be happening at any moment. And then as soon as that does, we'll also be going to Capital One Arena where Bobby and Megan will pick up some of our live coverage as well. So again, let's get to some of the schedule as we await the president-elect to exit St. John's Episcopal Church. After the president-elect and Melania Trump have tea with the outgoing administration, it'll be off to Capitol Hill for the swearing-in ceremony, along with the inaugural address, all happening again inside the U.S. Capitol Rotunda, something that hasn't happened since 1985, as we see a number of people exiting the church there. Then we're hearing that the president's speech will call for a, quote, revolution of common sense, a report that I saw right here at our network, rsbnetwork.com. Let's go live right now to Washington, D.C. in Washington, D.C. And speaking of live, that's the live video perspective from the White House. President-elect Trump looking strong and stoic as ever, alongside the absolutely gorgeous First Lady Melania Trump, on their way now to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, right there to that building, a beautiful White House, as they have tea with the outgoing administration. That's what's next on the schedule for the president-elect. So thank you so much for joining us for this live broadcast, as it's about 9:30, the bottom of the hour here, as we have wall-to-wall coverage of today's great event, today's historic event. And speaking of historic, again, historic speed is what President Trump referred to all of the actions that will be taken for the executive orders. Just seeing, according to Fox, among them, declare emergency at the border, issue a proclamation closing the border, designate cartels as foreign terrorist as a terrorist organization, and also the military will be directed to construct new phase of the border wall, among many more. So the border wall being rebuilt, Operation Aurora with mass deportations, so many great executive orders happening today. President Trump, the president-elect, not taking long to get the job done. We were kind of joking here at the studio yesterday with some of the producers and behind the staff people here, and saying, well, what's President Trump going to do after signing all the executive orders, getting all the ball rolling so quickly? But at the end of the day, of course, maintaining and creating a great outcome for this nation. The golden age is upon us, as it is, once again, blue skies in Washington, D.C. This after 4 straight days of mostly cloudy skies. And now it's obviously very cold. That's why the U.S. Capitol Rotunda will house the president-elect, the vice president-elect, along with a number of great dignitaries, and some of the press will be in there as well. And we look forward to seeing all of that live coverage. We're just looking forward to that moment when he puts his hand on his Bible that he received when he was a youngster, and then also putting his hand on the Lincoln Bible that President Lincoln used when he was sworn in the 1800s. So this is going to be quite the day, and looking forward to all of the talking and all of the back and forth and all of the wild stuff that's happened over the past 4 years, just to be put into a place of peace. So when he shares that inaugural address, prior to that, when he is sworn in, that's the moment that we'll all see together here in America, as the majority of you voted for Donald Trump. And he did that in 2020 as well. But we know that 2024, a great election outcome with Too Big to Rig, and also the RNC and other election integrity groups and lawyers across the country keeping an eye on everything, just making sure everything is on the up and up. And looking forward to seeing these executive actions signed into law today, because at the end of the day, we know that there are more than 200 executive orders that will take effect immediately. So that means this will be a 24/7 news cycle that I don't think we've seen in quite some time, if ever, with the amount of news that will happen, not only today, but through this week and on, as it's reversing course. I mean, just imagine a huge ship. I know it takes a minute to turn it, but it's going to start right away. Those engines are raring to go. I've been thinking, at the Kentucky Derby, as those racehorses are behind the gate, behind waiting for that bell to sound and that gate to open. And man, when they're off, they are off. And that's what we're about to see here. We're going to go to hyper speed. We're going to go to historic speed, according to the president, when it comes to the executive orders. And looking forward to bringing you all of this live coverage right here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. We'll be going to RSBN's Bobby McNeely and Megan Kohler at the Capital One Arena, where there's this huge viewing of the ceremony today. So wall-to-wall coverage, even until tonight, where President Trump and the First Lady will dance at the Liberty Ball. We'll have Bobby and Megan there as well. And then also we'll have some coverage from the Commander-in-Chief Ball, President Trump to share his remarks at both of those events. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have a long day yet ahead of us, but a great day ahead of us, a historic day in America. It is January 20th, 2025. I'm Matthew Alvarez. Thank you guys so much for streaming in live here on this Monday, Martin Luther King Day. A lot of people have off today. If you don't, if you're watching from work on your phone on the side, I won't tell anybody. Thanks so much for watching. 9:34, as we see there, the president-elect about to join the vice president-elect to join Kamala Harris and her husband, Doug. So why don't we go there live right now in Washington, D.C., outside the White House. A great moment there, seen live right there with the vice president-elect and the current VP there at the White House. So it was great to see that moment. Everyone's smiling there at the White House. Coming up next will be the president-elect as well. We'll show you that live in just a second. This broadcast brought to you by BrightCore. So the BrightCore group here has this great product there. And Director, if you could please close the mic. 888-722-0936. You see the Kimchi One product right there, the gut health, immune support, anti-aging properties, all made in the United States. This kimchi is something else. It's great for your gut and also for health. So make America healthy again, alongside RFK Jr., alongside President Trump's plan, and alongside BrightCore right there. You see that phone number on your screen. And if you buy two, you get one free. Go to mybrightcore.com/RSBN. All right, let's go back live there to Washington. As you see the White House there, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, sunny skies. Looking forward to the leaves being back on the trees and springtime and some great weather. But right now, of course, extremely cold, but it's still blue skies on this January 20th. We'll be going live as soon as President-elect Trump and the First Lady Melania Trump will be meeting there with Joe Biden and Jill Biden there to walk into the White House. And then they will have tea together at the White House, a tradition, of course. And then from there, from the White House, President Trump at a certain time will then go to the U.S. Capitol building on Capitol Hill to have the huge ceremony, the inauguration ceremony inside the rotunda. If you are a news kind of aficionado or a news nerd in some ways, I like myself, I looked at the 1985 rotunda when Ronald Reagan was sworn in there. That was the last time this was on 40 years ago. And it was similar reporting in the sense of the vantage points of all of the cold weather that we saw then, similar to what we're seeing now. And it's quite an awesome moment to see history in the making right here on Right Side. So so glad you're with us here on the network as we bring you wall-to-wall live coverage as much as we can, uninterrupted from any commercials, that kind of thing. But we do know that we are grateful as well for our huge sponsors at this network, as we are a growing network. Bobby McNeely will be joining me in studio next week here as we cover everything when it comes to Washington, D.C., America First, and national news as well. A lot of people tuning in and streaming into Right Side as we expand here at the network. So if you'd like to donate to the network at all you do is text Trump to actually text RSBN to 801-801. So text RSBN to 801-801. All of the lights, the cameras, the travel, everything you see happening here at the network. If you'd like, please donate. We're not bought and paid for by any woke corporations. We are all about we the people, and that's who we have as great sponsors, and you, the viewer, who really have been with us every step of the way since 2015. Let's get back there to Washington, D.C., as we are really glad to bring you this live coverage here on the network. As you see there, the White House, the Vice President-elect, J.D. Vance, is in the building there. And as soon as we see the feed from the President-elect, Donald Trump, walking into that White House, we will show you that here live, as it is 9:39 on the East Coast, 6:39 for those of you watching on the West Coast, January 20th, 2025. Again, thank you so much for joining us as we look forward to seeing President Trump sign more than 200 executive orders today. Let's get to some of those specifics once again. He will also terminate Biden orders on energy drilling restrictions. We're seeing he will return federal workers to in-person work, pause all offshore wind leases. He will also sign a executive order to end DEI hiring practices in the federal government only. He'll withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord. So the list goes on. That, according to Fox, and that on Eric Darty with Florida Voice News as well. Steve Bannon also posting that, calling it Days of Thunder. So a lot going on today. We'll bring you all of the specifics as we get it. Also, a revolution of common sense will be discussed and shared with the American people from President Trump in his inaugural address today. We do know that that report coming from our RSBN network right here, where we saw a number of the quotes from various media outlets, but also the fact that I witnessed that today on our Truth Social account. So if you're on Truth Social, go ahead and follow us at RSBN. And if you're on X, it's at RSB Network. Again, thank you so much for watching us on Rumble, our preferred choice. And those of you watching on X or YouTube or others, thank you so much for streaming in. It's time to send this link out to as many people as you can to watch this live coverage today as we bring you wall-to-wall coverage. And also, it's wonderful to have the extended time to not have to always go to a commercial break, because especially on days like this, where there's so much news going on, obviously sponsors are near and dear to the media because it's part of paying the bills. But the point is, the sponsors here at our network are conservative, patriotic sponsors. So we'd love to work alongside with them as well and share their great products, because at the end of the day, that is some in a small business or larger businesses that help our economy. But today, it would be great to see RSBN's Bobby McNeely and Megan Kohler and Christina Loren out there live interviewing we the people. So as soon as I get the directive, Lou will be going there to hear from Everyday America. And Everyday America is, as the RNC had it over the summer, it was about the everyday Americans. And we saw people on stage speaking to the world, and at least to the nation at the RNC, people that have all sorts of industrial jobs and all sorts of white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter collar. The point is, we're all in this together. I am an everyday American. I am a guy in a suit, but I am just like you in many ways as we the people. So looking forward to bringing you this coverage and looking forward to hearing from we the people right outside of Capital One Arena. That place is going to be electric today because it's the ceremony of the inauguration will be shown on the Jumbotron there. You know, if you think about what that'll be like as we all watch it together, I'll watch it right there with you. We'll all be watching. But when President Trump puts his hand on that Bible and swears the oath of office by Chief Justice John Roberts leading him in that, I'm picturing the people at the Capital One Arena that are witnessing history in the making. And everybody standing up, everyone quiet. I'm sure there will be tears in the eyes of people there. It will be just a very powerful moment as we celebrate the right turn for our country. And as we see the many actions President Trump will take today. I mean, he's literally making America great again on day one. it's happening before our eyes. And also stick with Right Side Broadcasting Network, not only today, but through this week and on, as we cover the reform of America. Colonial Metals Group is an awesome sponsor here at Right Side Broadcasting Network as well, bringing you this live coverage. Colonial Metals Group. So all you do is go to freegoldguide.com/RSBN for more information on Colonial Metals Group. Always good to have gold as a backup to our dollar. Also, you can protect your IRA and your 401k with gold, 100% tax-free situation there. It's pretty awesome stuff, as you can scan your QR code to receive that free 2025 gold guide now. Also, you can go to freegoldguide.com/RSBN. So awesome to see the amount of people jumping onto our live stream right now, especially on Rumble and wherever you're watching. Thank you so much for doing so, as we will be going to Capital One Arena here shortly. We started our broadcast at 7:30 this morning, at 7:30 Eastern, bright and early here, 4:30 out there on the West Coast. But, you know, working in news over the years, there's that morning shift, there's that day shift and evening shift, and sometimes there's all three shifts, because at the end of the day, bringing the live coverage is what it's all about here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. And we love all three shifts, and we'll gladly work all three shifts as we look forward to bringing you this live coverage. Again, Bobby and Megan, they'll be not only at Capital One Arena today, they'll also be at the Liberty Ball later tonight. So we'll have a second live broadcast for you. This is our first stream that will go all the way through until the end of the day. And then at 6:30 Eastern, we'll have a different stream, so a different link for you to click on to watch all of our live coverage of the inaugural balls. It's going to be absolutely awesome. President Trump set to deliver remarks at both of those tonight. But let's rewind and stay right here at 9:45 Eastern time as we get ready to approach that 10 o'clock hour. And we're hearing that around 10:30, we'll be able to get a live look, I believe, inside the U.S. Capitol Rotunda. So we're going to have all of that right here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. We'll see all of the great moments. Carrie Underwood to sing, Christopher Macchio to sing. So the opera singer will sing the national anthem. He also performed at the second Butler rally, and also, many other events for the president. So it'll be great to hear him sing some awesome songs. As you know, President Trump loves music and is always DJ T at various Mar-a-Lago events on his laptop. I remember watching one of the videos when he was in his golf cart in West Palm Beach, and he was playing some music, and one of the people had their phone and was recording him, came up to the president, and President Trump was a average person in the sense of us, we the people, somebody that's an outsider. Obviously, he's not average in any stretch of the imagination. He is the one of the greatest presidents, the greatest president of our lifetime. But obviously, anyway, so he played a song there for the person watching and listening and experiencing it, and it just kind of kicking it with them. And that's what we want these days. We want someone that's real, genuine, authentic, and that's what we've grown accustomed to. And that's part of the reason why so many people voted for President Trump. Not only will he do great things for our country like he did in the first administration, he's also a fun person to be around, and that magnetic personality even on television. So he's got it going on. So that's why obviously he is the second Trump 2.0, the second administration coming up here for our country, and well liked and respected by world leaders. If you remember, after November 5th, on my Truth Social page, I posted, I think, about 18 posts from X accounts and other posts from world leaders, Viktor Orban or Jair Bolsonaro, or a lot of numbers of people there that I posted about just being very happy about President Trump winning, the leader of Nigeria. I mean, there's so many posts out there. Nigel Farage, I know he's not the leader of a nation, but in some ways he is over there in the UK with Reform UK, but everyone posting great things You know, the
Okay, I'm back, everyone.
talking with
Had to give me something to eat.
I'm sure,
And I
the,
think it's absolutely
critics
disgusting
that
when
we've spoken to,
people
recently,
eat on camera.
including the now stepped down Justin Trudeau. I mean,
That's all live
everything
stream
he
once where a
does is
person was
either
eating.
good, it's going to be good for the
They were
country,
eating potato
and
chips
then
in Jackson.
outside of that, it seems as if
It's like,
the world
really?
kind of follows suit with what President Trump is up to. So,
But of course, they
standing
were
for we the
female, so
people,
people were all
and
watching.
standing for the free world as well. I think that President Trump understands that very well, that yes, this is America first, and yes, this is about we the people, but this is about people and freedom in general. So if it reflects and if it ripples to the rest of the world, that's a
No, my
great
nose
thing
is
as well,
running
right?
there,
So
Robbie.
great to see more of that, and the country being restored, the republic being restored to common sense and strength as we get ready to go live to the White House there, as the president-elect will be pulling up, I believe in a few minutes. We'll bring you that live coverage as he and Melania Trump, the first incoming first lady, will have tea with the outgoing Biden administration. So we started the day with
Boy,
coverage from
that's
St. John's Episcopal Church in D.C., where, again, it's a long-time tradition for president-elect, the presidents-elect to attend service there. Is a church that's not too far from Lafayette Park, which is right near the White House.
Here's
Then
something.
from there, the tea
So
game that they'll
there's
have,
a church right
not the
across the
golf,
street
but
from the White House.
the drink tea, of course.
Did
at the White
Biden
House
attend
with,
that
Joe
church?
Biden and Jill Biden. And then
Did
after
Biden
that,
attend
they'll be
church?
off to Capitol Hill,
Period.
the U.S. Capitol building, and the great moments that
Because I
are
don't remember
going to
anything
be
about
unfolding
Biden ever
and,
going to church.
appearing right here live.
No, I'm not saying that
Wall
you got to
wall
go to
on
church,
Right Side Broadcasting Network. And then from there, we know that
but
the
it's kind of
president was
a
sworn in and
a
do the oath of
positive
office,
move
and
for
then
the
he will have
country if
his
the president
inaugural
goes to church.
address. Again, part of it, a revolution of common sense he'll be touching on. Again, we do know that this happened in 1985, the last time there was a president inaugurated inside the U.S. Rotunda, U.S. Capitol Rotunda. Also, the official swearing in will take place at noon. So we are 2 hours and 9 minutes, 2 hours and 9 minutes from the 47th commander.
I've seen so many
being
people
sworn into office.
disappointed that it's going to be
Enjoyed
inside.
watching that moment right here on Right Side. We're about to go to RSBN's Bobby McNeil.
I wouldn't want to be sitting outside right now. I wouldn't want to sit outside here.
For us, live coverage all throughout Washington, D.C. And if you've watched our live coverage over the past few days, a lot of great Patriots there in Washington. And
It's 37 degrees here
this historic event
in Phoenix, Arizona.
in the Capital One Arena at the viewing party.
I wouldn't want to go sit
If it's
outside
at
here.
The network, Right Side Broadcasting Network, our network right here, streaming live.
So I can imagine,
throughout the country,
you know,
and
sitting
throughout the world.
outside in
We do have some
DC
global viewers. So to any of you
where the
watching
wind
right
chill's
now,
like
hello to you. Thank you so
single
much for
digits.
watching anywhere in the world. But we do know that from the after the U.S. Capitol inauguration ceremony, from there will be a formal farewell of the outgoing president. And again, today, all about official proceedings and action and celebration. So official proceedings, action, and celebration. You're about to see all three of those happen right here on Right Side
Hey,
Broadcasting
Biden.
Network. Thank you so
Hey,
much
Kamala
for joining
Harris,
us.
I
I'm
got two
Matthew
words
Alvarez.
for you.
Let's get ready to go
Get
to
out.
Capital One Arena. It is time.
You're
to
in
get
our
started
house.
because
You're in Trump's
we're about
house.
2
Get
hours
out.
and 8 minutes away from the 47th Commander-in-Chief taking over in our country. Let's go now to Bobby McNeely and Megan Kohler.
Welcome to 10NG, right outside of Capital One Arena for Liberation Day. It's Martin Luther King Day as well in the United States. And also
Yeah, happy
the
MLK
College
Day,
Football
everyone.
National Championship between the Fighting Irish and the Ohio State University Buckeyes. I'm Bobby McNeely with the lovely Megan Kohler, bringing you unbridled coverage of this beautiful inauguration day, the 60th presidential inauguration, 2025, President Trump in just a couple of hours precisely being inaugurated as the 47th president of the United States.
What a beautiful day it is to be an American. It's such a beautiful day here in DC. The sun's shining. It is frigid cold, but we're making it work. Everyone's bundled up. They have their hand warmers. They're lining up outside of Capital One Arena for the watch party to see President Trump get sworn in as our 47th president of the United States. He's overcome all kinds of obstacles. The deep state has tried to ruin his businesses, put him through the court system, weaponize the judicial system against him, the justice system. And it has just been trials and tribulations thus far, but things had to get worse before they got better. And now so many people have waken up to the lies of the left, the lies of the Democrats, the lies of the globalists. And here we are standing for freedom. President Trump is going to sign many executive orders today with the American people's interest first. We're putting America first. It's time to make America great again.
Yep.
And the lawfare of Joe Biden and his administration continuing in its waning hours as he has issued preemptive pardons for General Milley, Dr. Fear, Anthony Fauci, and also Liz Cheney. Very interesting because traditionally, if you are issued a pardon or a commutation by a president, it's for something that you've been convicted of. So very interesting to see that he would do this. I assume that guilt may be on their consciences because of what they did to the American people over the course of the last 4 years.
And I'm so glad I
Today is
didn't
such a
fall
relief
for any of
so
that
many. The
bullshit.
J6 prisoners especially will be free in several hours.
You
as
know, the
President
wearing
Trump
of the mask
pledging
and
that commitment of commuting them and pardoning them when and if necessary, along
You
with,
know,
as
getting the,
Megan said, 200
hokey
plus
pokey.
executive orders to drill,
I'm
baby,
so glad
drill,
I didn't fall for any
close
of it.
that southern border, rebuild that beautiful wall, and also to work on that new legislation coming across through the Senate and the House with the Laken-Riley Act, and to stop the DEI wokeness and to stop the transgender insanity within our military.
America is truly a beacon of hope, of light across the entire world. America stands for freedom and faith and family, and the bravery of
Yep.
Americans, and especially President Trump, to stand up and fight for what's right has sparked bravery all across the world to stand up for people in their own countries as well. As we've been walking around today, people of the different various groups are handing out pamphlets, books, flyers, signs, and everything. And I was handed a Constitution from C-SPAN. I was handed a book. They're handing out some books. And then there's people also signing petitions to stop the CCP, to take down the CCP, Chinese Communist Party. So people are excited. People
All
are
right, well,
jazzed
how
up,
the hell are
people
we going to go
standing
about
up for
doing
what they
that?
believe in, and it's sparking interest across the world.
So much excitement this morning as I went through 6 and H, the press entrance, and have been in the stadium today, and everyone just giving compliments, being very friendly. Some people being out here since 11:30 last night in the frigid cold temperatures to see all of the inaugural parade and ceremonies inside of the Capital One Arena, and even some police officers, DHS, local police, the Metropolitan Police, also Secret Service, saying everyone's in such a good spirits because this is, yes, Liberation Day, a long awaited time, 4 years later, this journey that President Trump and his family have taken. They are currently enjoying a beautiful traditional service at St. John the Evangelist Episcopalian Church across from the White House. Every president has worshiped there or attended service since James Madison. Such great traditions and fanfare in the beautiful city of Washington on this sunny but chilly morning. After the Vances and Trumps enjoy that service, President and Mrs. Donald Trump will be headed over to have tea with the Bidens, and then, of course, will be en route via motorcade to the United States Capitol to take the oath of office.
And you're not going to want to miss a single minute of it, so make sure you stay tuned. We're here with RSBN all day long to show you everything that's happening on this wonderful inauguration day that we've been waiting for 4 long years. And it was a really long
It seemed like
4
a
years
damn
of
eternity.
Biden's in office. They did some damage to the American people, and everyone was feeling it. Left, right, and center. You could not deny what the Biden administration did was detrimental to the American people.
Now let's head over, if we can, and maybe go talk to some of the people in line and get some of their reactions about how they're feeling on such a wonderful day today, January 20th, 2025. And I'll talk about some history as we walk on over there. The Blair House is where President Trump and the Trump family are staying. Now, the Blair House, Harry Truman actually stayed there for a period of time as the White House was being renovated. So a great tradition as well for that to be the retreat house. And it became the retreat house as a result of Winston Churchill when he was staying at the White House trying to find FDR in the middle of the night with a lit cigar in roughly 1942, 1943, saying, "Where are you, Franklin? Where are you, Franklin?" And finally, FDR decided we really need to convert that home across the White House into a guest retreat for foreign dignitaries. So former presidents and foreign heads of state enjoy the very exclusive hotel that is the Blair House, and the entire Trump family enjoying those amenities before the inaugural ceremony. So let's jump in and talk to some folks over here. Hey, ma'am, how are you? Are you excited to see President Trump inaugurate to a second term?
Yes, absolutely. Hi. Yes.
Tell us where you're from and how long you've been hanging out today.
We're from Kentucky, me and my friend Kathy, and we've been here since Sunday. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Taking in the sights, the museums. How often do you come to DC?
It's my first time.
Okay, wonderful.
So, yeah, and totally here for the inauguration events.
And what a beautiful day to celebrate this, really the end of lawfare, the end of corruption, and a new golden era for America. It's morning again in America. 40 years ago, President Reagan was inaugurated for a second term inside the Capitol Rotunda. So another coincidence that he has the Gipper with the great people's president, Donald Trump.
Yes, we love that. And we're just proud to be Americans. We're proud to be here and to be able to enjoy this opportunity. It's amazing. We're ready for President Trump.
And how long have you been waiting to enjoy the festivities this morning?
A couple hours, just hanging out. Yesterday we checked everything out and did a test run, and visited the monuments and the area. It's great here, enjoying the atmosphere. Wish we could be a little closer, but we may not make it. But we're here, so why not try?
You know, I enjoy the spirit and the enthusiasm of so many people who are coming to the rally. I even got inside the stadium as we were getting through the press line, and even the police officers commenting that everyone is so nice and in such good spirits, even if they've been waiting for long and long in the frigid air. But we're lucky.
Why? Because we're not
Yes, it's wonderful. Thank you.
Democrats.
Well, God bless. Enjoy today and enjoy your first time in Washington, D.C. Hey, Kathy, I know you're filming here, but what are you most excited about today to see President Trump inaugurate to a second term?
Just a new start, the new golden era, and just so excited, so proud of him. Just want to, I can't be overjoyed enough. This has just been, I've been waiting for this for 4 years.
We hear the music and the festivities, USA, 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 and fight, fight, fight. And President Trump spoke on that at his Big MAGA rally in the Capital One Arena last night as well.
We didn't get to attend it, but we watched it last night, and man, would I like to have been there. So go Trump.
It's a morning in America again. Thank you for your time, ladies. Enjoy all the proceedings.
Thank you.
And what a wonderful inauguration day it is. It's truly a time to celebrate. So why not celebrate with some Republican red wine? How about that? So whether you prefer white, red, or sparkling Republican
let's
red
just get
winery,
drunk.
there's a wine for you with labels that your conservative friends and family will love. Here's what you need
I
to
don't
know
know
about
why
America's favorite winery. Republican
people can't
Red
celebrate
Winery was
without
established
alcohol.
in 2020 to give Republicans a way to signal their beliefs and inspire lively conversations. Since then, over 50,000 customers agree that the patriotic labels are a hit and the quality of wine is outstanding. Republican Red Winery is a family-run, operated, dedicated to preserving conservative values. In fact, sale proceeds are used to fund Republican and conservative organizations across the country so they can continue to have great impacts on our communities and our elections. The wines are only available at republicanred.com. Order now and your bottles will be shipped right to your doorstep. To our fellow RSBN viewers, we'd like to give you an exclusive discount code to help secure your bottles. So simply enter the code RSBN at checkout to receive
I
an
bet
additional
people ask me,
$5 off. Act now, so visit
what?
republicanred.com
You don't
to
drink?
select your
No, I
wines
don't
today.
drink.
Again, that is republicanred.com.
Don't
Wine
need to.
for the right side. And it is truly a time to celebrate. So why don't you get some Republican Red, put together a party, invite all your friends and family over, and celebrate.
You know, I wonder if that collection will be added to the Blair House, as I heard that there's some very special wines that are on reserve at that lovely hotel where the Trumps are staying, the Blair House, right across from the White House. We know that President Trump abstains from alcohol, but perhaps Republican Red can be
See, the
added
president
to
don't
that
drink,
list
so you
over
don't need to
the coming
drink.
years. And we're so excited for today. We'll give you an
President
outline that
doesn't
President
smoke
Trump
weed. You don't need
and
to smoke
First
weed.
Lady Melania Trump celebrating with Vice President-elect J.D. Vance and Second Lady Usha Vance and their beautiful children as well. The family members attending that traditional service at St. John the Evangelist, the Episcopalian Church across from the White House. Every president has worshiped there since James Madison, a wonderful tradition. They will then go to enjoy tea with the Bidens at the White House, and then the motorcade on over down Pennsylvania Avenue to that Capitol Rotunda, where President Trump will be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States. And so interesting because we're going to have tech CEOs there, including Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, the TikTok CEO as well, Tim Cook
Screw
from
Mark
Apple.
Zuckerberg.
So many of them donating to the inaugural committee. It seems as if it's time to be on the Trump train. And so interesting that even Snoop Dogg was DJing apparently an inaugural event
Yep.
when just 8 years ago he was making fun of people for attending President Trump's inauguration.
And also made
That's
a very
right. People are understanding
nasty
that
video
they were
assassinating
supporting
President
the
Trump.
radical left agenda, like celebrities I'm referring to. And then they realized that the American people do not want it. The American people are rejecting the lies of the Democrats, the
Yep.
Democrat policies that have been so horrible for the American people. And now they're realizing, you know what, Donald Trump makes a lot of sense. And they're being brave enough to stand up and come over and support Donald Trump. And I just want to make sure that we never forget what they did, though. Forgive but never forget. How about that? Because
Yeah.
you can't stage an assassination attempt in your music video and then come over here and DJ at a crypto event. And I'm not going to forget that because that's our dear president. And you did that back in, what was that, 7 or 8 years ago. So happy Snoop Dogg is coming around, but I will not forget what he did in that video.
Yep.
Well, you have a situation.
Never
it's
forget.
just like the great communicator, the Gipper, Ronald Reagan. Trust but verify. People have been red pilled. They're waking up to it's we the people versus a bloated bureaucracy. That's why you have so many people waiting outside.
I
here
wouldn't
to
call
get
it being
back into
red
the
pilled.
Capital One Arena after that great
I
MAGA
call it
rally last
just
night for all the parade and proceedings which will take place
waking up.
behind us today, and even some signing of executive orders.
Because
So
they've
people have
been
standing
blue
out
pilled
since early morning hours
by
everyone in
mainstream
good
media.
spirits. And we'll talk to some folks who are really enjoying it today. Let's see if we can jump on in. Hey, ma'am, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Are you excited to see President Trump today?
Oh, yes, I am.
Where are you coming from?
California.
Fantastic. A little bit warmer out there.
It is. Yes, it is. California, Los Angeles.
Now, have you been affected by any of the wildfires? We're so sorry about everything that's happening in Southern California.
So bad. The air quality is so poor.
What's it like to have
Yeah,
two
but
governments under Governor Newsom
you know,
versus
you got to
the
drive
common
your
sense
electric
approach
car
of Donald Trump?
because the air quality, and then a wildfire comes in every year
California
and
is ugly now. California used to be beautiful.
makes
Now
you
it's
driving
so
your
ugly.
electric
The
car
homelessness
null and
everything.
void.
It's so ugly. I do not like it. I dislike it. I dislike the immigration, everything. But I love Donald J. Trump, so I'm glad he won. And we won a landslide.
We really did. So, how have you enjoyed Washington? Is this your first time to our nation's capital?
No, this is my third time here.
And were you always on the Trump train or involved in politics? How did you come about to wanting to support President Trump as a California resident?
Because this Biden administration sucks. And I just love, this is the first time I ever felt like a U.S. citizen. A U.S. citizens when Donald J. Trump was the president of 2016 to 2020. And then from 2020, this last administration, Biden, it was very poor. You can see the segregation. Yes, but I love Donald J. Trump.
Who is this gentleman right here?
Oh, my name is Arun. This is my niece. Yeah, and I flew from Manila to here just to attend the inauguration.
All the way from Manila. Welcome, sir. You know what's so interesting is we've seen so many family members out enjoying great time together. This is such a significant day, not only the inauguration, but also Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We remember his memory and all he fought for. And President Trump pledged yesterday from the Capital One Arena, he will release all of the CIA FBI files, all of the government files on the assassinations of JFK, RFK, and also Martin Luther King.
Wow, wouldn't that be interesting?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure every American is waiting to hear the truth about all of these assassinations.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, no question about that, because we want truth and transparency.
Yeah, that most definitely. I mean, this is exactly the reason why we've been fighting for Trump even before. The transparency, the governance.
Mhm.
So yeah, we're very happy, and I'm actually very happy flying into the inauguration. I mean, frozen. I don't care to be frozen to death here. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
Well, it's an exciting time for the American people, for the world. It's peace through strength. It's a second term for President Trump. Please enjoy your time in Washington. God bless you. Thanks for making the travels. Absolutely. And stay warm out there.
Thank you.
And you can see we can even have international media here as well. And we've really had it throughout the week, whether that be at the Capitol or here at the Capital One Arena or even near the White House. So everyone's eyes on this little corner of the world, Washington, D.C., this federal city that every president since John Adams has lived at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, aptly named after the father of our country, General George Washington. And like General Washington, President Trump never held a political office before that of the American presidency. And he has returned to set the record straight and to really put in common sense principles that will make America great again.
That's right. And the world is truly all watching us right now here in the United States. This is a monumental, historical day in United States history.
I'm just trying
and
to stay
everyone across
awake.
the globe is taking notice of what we are doing here, standing up for freedom. We're going to drill,
Man.
drill. We have more oil than anyone else. We have liquid gold under our feet.
Yeah, we
so
need
we're
to
gonna
drill,
close the
baby,
border.
drill.
Today is the day we're closing the southern
Bring
border.
those gas
We're gonna
prices
start mass
down.
deportations of criminal, illegal immigrants. And our communities are going to be safe again. What a breath of fresh air. What a sigh of relief that's going to be across the nation.
I'm taking in every second of this, Megan, seeing these wonderful people really staying out here for hours and hours, facing the frigid cold temperatures, to be on the front row of history and to spend the day with their people's president, Donald John Trump, the only or the second man to serve 2 non-consecutive terms in office. And we're going to talk to some more MAGA patriots over here.
Hi there. Where are you guys from and what are your names?
I'm Kyle. We're from Cleveland, Ohio.
And I'm Ashley.
I'm from Cleveland too. So what a nice surprise. Yeah, East Side, baby. Okay. So you came all the way to Washington, D.C.
East
to support
Side.
President Trump. Tell us about
I
that.
live
Have
on
you
the
been
East
to any of
Side.
the rallies? Have you always supported him? Just give us a
East
little
Side.
I mean, we've always loved Trump. We've always supported him. We haven't been to any rallies, but we figured today's the most important day to come out and support him. So
You have to come out in the cold and support Trump.
That's
I live
great.
on
And did you
the
support him
east
back
side
in
of the
2016
valley,
as well?
Oh yeah, definitely.
which is called East Valley.
Yeah.
So we
I live
in
in
the state
East
of Ohio,
Mesa.
we were considered a swing state that election, and then this year, for 2024, the election season, we were considered just solid red. I mean, we didn't have any Trump rallies in Ohio that I know of, and there was a bunch. The first time around. 2020 was a blur, but yeah, so it's a little bit different now in the state of Ohio. What do you think about Bernie Moreno
Good morning,
as our
good
U.S.
morning.
senator kicking out Sherrod
Sorry if
Brown,
I'm
who
not
was
all
there
up
for
into the
almost 20
camera,
years?
Oh, I think it's great.
I
It's
am
time for him to
tired,
go.
Yeah, I like Bernie Marino.
but I will be
a lot.
streaming all day. I'm just
He became such a successful businessman in the car industry.
I'll
in the
sleep
Cleveland
when
area,
I'm
and he was a
not
Colombian
alive.
immigrant, obviously came through the legal process
But
correctly, and
man,
he truly lived the American dream.
over
So I
an
think
8-hour
Bernie Moreno
live
is gonna be
stream
great for
yesterday on
Ohio.
1 hour's
Wonderful
worth of
patriot
sleep.
from Cleveland, Ohio, just like
But
us
man,
three.
what a
So it's gonna
live
be
stream that
wonderful for the
was!
state. And then also Vivek Ramaswamy may be running for governor.
And
Thoughts
once I
on
get
that?
it all edited,
I would definitely vote for him. I love him. I think he's very smart,
uh,
and I think he would do an amazing job.
you can go watch it
Yeah,
right
I
now.
agree.
It's
I also
blocked
like DeWine though,
because
too,
of all
so.
the music.
DeWine has done a fine job as well. I do think that Vivek is so
I'm
on
trying to
board
go
with the
through
MAGA
and
agenda and being on the Trump train, and I
clean
think
it
he'd be
all,
great
and
for
it's just
business in
taking
Ohio
forever.
because because Ohio and especially Cleveland, we used to be a powerhouse.
Oh,
About 100 years ago, Cleveland
Yeah,
was
if you haven't clicked that
rocking and
subscribe
rolling.
button, please
Half of
do.
the world's millionaires lived on Euclid
I'm
Avenue
40
in
subscribers
Cleveland,
away
and the
from
Rockefellers were very involved.
7,500.
Some of the Rockefellers were buried in the Cleveland area. So we used to be a huge city in the United States, and I think it's time for a revitalization of Cleveland and the rest of Ohio too. So
Absolutely, yeah. We love Cleveland. It's home, and we want to see it grow and thrive.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love Phoenix.
So what
I
is
think
your
Phoenix is
what are you most excited
amazing.
to see from President Trump today?
I mean,
Even though
just
we
being
did
back home in
win the
White House.
award of the
Yeah,
town
coming
with the
back
most
home
drug
and
use.
Making America great again.
Perfect. And then what's your favorite policy
I
and any final
mean,
thoughts?
think about it.
Definitely
We're close
the
to
immigration
Mexico.
policy. We need
The
much
weather.
change on that for sure.
And the fact
Yeah,
that
I would agree. Immigration as well.
Wonderful. Today's
the
the day
old
closing the southern border
devil's
and mass
lettuce is
deportations
legal
of
here.
illegal immigrants will be beginning, and our communities are going to be safe. Amen to that. And it's
The
a
one
wonderful
thing
day
I've been
here in the United
seeing
States. So thanks for joining. And then
now, when
we're
me and
here
my
with
wife moved
RSBN.
here
So if there's anything else you'd like to say
to
with our
this
viewers,
apartment
just let us know.
God bless America.
a year ago,
Yeah, God bless America.
a year ago,
Thank
we,
you so
we
much
moved
and
here.
enjoy your day. Cleveland, Ohio,
Trying to find a
patriots all joining together,
apartment that
coming down
wasn't
to Washington,
smoke-free.
D.C. to celebrate our great president.
Was
I'm
almost
not gonna-
impossible.
The only thing we're going to disagree on today will come later tonight when the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame.
And
will
now
cross the
they
Ohio State
realize
Buckeyes,
that
but we have to have some fun. This is quite.
it's costing them money.
But quite a day of celebration.
Because the average
President Trump
2-bedroom, 2-bath
being
apartment here
inaugurated
in the
as
Phoenix
the 47th
area
President of the United States, J.D. Vance as the 50th Vice
ranges
President of the United
from
States at 40 years young,
$1,500 to
a millennial
$2,000.
taking office.
That's the
at
average
the
price.
second
And I'm not
highest
talking some
in
fancy
command
place.
in our great
You can get
country.
you a
Of course,
fancy 2-bed,
Associate
2-bath with like
Justice Brett Kavanaugh will
$3,500.
administer that oath to J.G. Vance,
But-
and Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, John Roberts, will administer the oath of office to the President of the United States,
You
Donald
know,
John Trump, thereafter.
so if you've
What
got
an
apartments
action-packed day we have
sitting
ahead of
vacant,
us. I could barely sleep last night. I don't know about
let's
you.
just
I
say
was
it's
too
$2,000.
excited. I was like, this is the beginning of our golden
Well,
age. This is
if you've
all
got that
of our hard
apartment
work is
sitting
finally
vacant
paying off to get President Trump back in
for
the
a
White
year,
House. His wonderful administration, his powerhouse team he's putting
that's
together to
$24,000.
enact America First
Your apartment
agenda.
complex lost in
And
revenue.
they're ready to get
That's just for one
hit
apartment.
hit the ground running and start getting to work. President Trump said he's not waiting weeks and months to start enacting some of these executive
by,
orders. He said day
letting
one,
us people
we're
that
going to
smoke in
start
them,
signing everything because we're not going to wait. We're not going to say, oh, we'll do it next week or the week after because it
It's
won't
fine.
get done. So let's get things done now. He's all about efficiency. He's all about results. He's all
because
about
really
being
what you should be
productive,
doing
and that's exactly what he's doing today.
every
in
time
the
you
White House.
rent a
It's
apartment
morning
to someone
again
new.
in America, and just like 40 years
If the
ago,
apartment's got carpet
on
in
a
it, you should put
brisk
new carpet in it.
January day in 1985, when Ronald
You
Reagan
shouldn't just
took
go
his
in there and
second
clean the old
inaugural
carpet
oath, President Donald
and have
Trump,
somebody else
just
move
like the
in.
great communicator and the Gipper, as the people's president, will be coming
But
back
really,
to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
shouldn't
a
even
win for
have
the
carpet in
Constitution,
a
win for civil
rental
rights
property.
on a day that we celebrate civil rights and the great legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. And just yesterday, the Capital One
You know,
Arena,
put
to
vinyl
my
flooring
right,
down or put
President
tile
Trump
down or
has
something.
made
You
another
shouldn't have
promise
carpet.
that he will release all of the
And if the
details
person
from the
that
federal
rents the
government
place
within FBI and CIA
wants
documents
carpet in their
regarding the
bedroom,
assassinations of President John
then
Fitzgerald Kennedy,
they can go buy a rug.
RFK Sr., and also Martin Luther King Jr. It's about time that transparency comes to the American people.
Because I understand how it is. I live back
moment
east.
for everyone in the arena
And when you
last
get out
night
of
when
bed in the
President Trump
wintertime and you
announced
put your
that
feet
that is going to be huge
on
for
a
transparency to the American people
non-carpeted
because
floor,
there's
the
so
floor is all
many
super cold.
unsolved mysteries in people's minds about what happened with these assassinations. The American people deserve to know.
Yeah,
what
we
happened,
deserve to know
and
all of
I
it.
think there's going to be a lot of people waking up to the lies of what we've been told about these assassinations.
Yeah.
So much transparency.
Here's
and
one
truth
lie
forthcoming under
that's
a
been told
new
forever.
Trump administration. And let's talk
That,
to some folks out here who
JFK
are, doing
was
their freedom of
shot
speech
from
and
that,
speaking. Sir, you're holding up
that building.
pro-life activism here, and thank you for doing such a thing. And sorry to interrupt that for a moment, but just share some of your thoughts on
I
this
remember
day, a
getting
day
in
we
trouble when I
celebrate
was in
civil
school.
rights and Martin Luther King, and also the most
Because I thought I said, that's a
important
freaking lie.
life to liberty.
And I
right
challenge
to life,
anybody
liberty, and
saying
pursuit
that
of
that's
happiness.
fact.
Yeah, of course. So
That
we're with Created Equal,
with that
and we're here because we still have a crisis in this country.
garbage
That's
ass pew
senseless
pew
killing of innocent
that
children.
he could have made
So
that
whether
shot
or not we want to realize it, there's babies dying.
a
thousands of
moving
babies dying every
target
day. And that's because we as a country, we still
from that
support
distance
elective
and
abortion.
that angle.
We still support women having the choice to kill their babies in the womb.
And now
That's
that
not
people
fair.
have
Everybody in this country is created equal, and we all deserve
awesome
the
editing
right to
software
life.
like I do,
And to say that
where
it's
you could take
okay
a
in
video
any
clip
situation
and you could slow it down frame by frame.
for any other reason is
I did
fundamentally
that.
against what we are for in this
And what did I
country.
see?
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
The
You see my
driver
hat, it's Created Equal in Spanish. We're with Created
do
Equal in Columbus,
this.
Ohio. We just want to say that we're here.
What
for
is he
that
doing? He's
purpose,
got his
and
hand on the
really not
wheel
everybody
and
in the Make America Great Again movement is pro-life. We want everybody to be completely pro-life.
And I
be
think
against
that
abortion and
when all this information
Your
comes out,
organization itself
that's what
fighting
you're going to
for a
find out.
national abortion ban, or focusing
Why do you
more
think
on
his
going
wife
state by state, or all of
refused
the
to
above?
change her
all of the
blood-soaked
above. So
clothing
any measure that would ban
when
abortion
the
nationally, statewide level, that's what
next
we'll support,
president
because
was
we
sworn
will
in?
support anything that will stop
She knew exactly what happened. Why do you think
Thank
she
you
was
for
wanting
being
to
on
get
here
out
in
of the
frigid
car
temperatures,
instead of
celebrating
ducking down?
Inauguration Day, and also your freedom of speech.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. And that's what our
Because
country's all
ducking
about.
down
It's coming out here and
is not
peacefully and
getting away
patriotically
from the
sharing
gunman.
your feelings as an
Getting out of the
American
car
citizen,
is getting away
especially
from the gunman.
that right to life, and it's enshrined in our founding documents: life, liberty,
Oh,
the pursuit of happiness, written
you
by
know,
Thomas Jefferson.
that's
allowing
not the
God to
narrative
pour
that the
through his
government
hand and
wanted
his
to
mind as
push.
he wrote down those immortal words that we've lived by for nearly 250 years
No,
now.
I'm not saying
An
that that's
unbroken
shock.
chain of 47
Isn't
or
possible.
45 men, but 47
But with that
presidents
cheap
who
ass
have
pew
really
pew
sought
that
to
was
serve
used,
the country, really with the exception of a handful, including
I
the
say
one
you'd be
that
hard
is
pressed to
leading
hit that whole
today, a man
limousine
really driven
at that
by
angle, at
a
that
bloated
distance,
bureaucracy, driven by
with
a
the car
deep state,
moving,
50 years
just to be able to hit the
entrenched
whole
in
limousine.
Washington, and President Trump showing his fortitude in this last decade, being a citizen servant, being a great businessman, using those skills to get to 1600 Pennsylvania
And
to
then
make a
look
difference
at
for the
all
American
the
people.
stuff that
That's
changed
exactly right. And I'd like to point out
right
this
after
sign
that.
over here. If you'd follow me. Can we show your sign on TV? Okay. So the Democrats like to say that this is not a real human life. And you can
It is
see
a
the
real
baby's
human life.
organs are forming, their brain, their eyes, their fingers. When the Democrats find one cell on Mars, they're saying that's
There's
life. We
life
found
on
life on
Mars.
And then they try to say that this is not a human life. That's absolute hypocrisy. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
These are human babies that are formed in the womb. These babies are alive, and the Democrats want to basically
show you a picture,
dehumanize these
everyone.
babies by calling them
Let me see
fetuses,
if I can
saying that
find it
they're
here.
not living until they're born, and they have turned to extremely radical left abortion bills, where basically you can perform an abortion all the way up until birth and sometimes even after birth. So it's just
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous. I had to point out that
But
hypocrisy
oh no,
right there,
that's not happening.
because the Democrats have taken
That's
it way
not
too
happening. They're not
far. And the
doing
way they
that.
do things is they start in one place.
Then
and
why
they say,
is
oh,
it
it's just a
that
little bit more? It's just a little bit more.
I can go up to
So
Scottsdale,
that's
Arizona,
how they ended up with
Paradise
their
Valley, Arizona?
abortion up until birth
Not
policies,
finding
and then
a
sometimes even after birth
Planned Parenthood
policies.
office.
So they truly are
But I
pro.
could go down to South
pro-death.
Phoenix
It's not
where it's
pro-choice, it's
majority
pro-death. So I had to point that
black people
picture
live,
out
and
because,
oh, what do we have
like
here?
I said, the Democrats want to say if they found one cell on Mars,
A,
that's life, and they're trying to say that's not a human life.
Well, an excellent point. And we have Rebecca
All right, I
over
can't
here
find that,
who came and said hello. She's
that,
out here with her brother. We're trying to find her brother. So,
Hey, Rebecca.
Sir, if you're watching, your sister Rebecca is here at 10 and G. And you're braving the cold and out here to see President Trump. What are you most excited about with the inaugural ceremony?
Okay, I'm
And
going to
what
share
are
you
most
guys
excited about with the 200 plus executive
a
orders
YouTube
he has
channel.
announced that will be happening, my goodness, in about an hour and a half or so.
And yes, you can share it too.
And about noon o'clock,
If you're a fan of the Smoking the Bandit movie,
excited for him to get into office.
and this guy Kelly,
He's always been true to his word, and so the whole nation saw that, and that's why they voted.
He's the
But we're
channel that you
excited to
guys
see
need to go
justice
watch.
brought back in the land. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. Accountability. We're
'Cause,
excited to see just righteousness kind of brought back into the land. You know, we are founded on a nation that
This
serves
guy's
the Lord,
awesome.
and we still are people that serve the Lord. So it's exciting to see people line up and
And
create
let's
laws
go take a peek real quick at his channel. He's on TikTok, got a lot more followers on TikTok. I think he just started up a YouTube channel, but this is his channel. So let's scroll down and click on one of them. Okay, let's make the volume up.
Hey, Bandit. You know, I ain't seen a smoking now for hours. Looks like we got it clean and green all the way down Louisiana patch. What do you think? Come on. Knock on wood, son. You know what I'm going to do with my share of the money? Shoot. I'm going to give my wife and kids something they always wanted. I'm going to send them on a trip to Hawaii.
Oh, Snowman, you're so crazy about your family.
What are you, crazy or something? I ain't going with them. Well, friend.
You know, it's just
I'm the brother of a truck driving mother. Boogity, 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 boogity. And the more wheels you got, the better I like it. I'm the brother of a
the truck driving mother. But his content is just awesome.
Break for that bandit one. Break for that bandit one. Yeah, Snowman, come on back. There was a Texas bubblegum machine on your back door.
A Texas bubblegum machine?
Yeah, I saw him. Boss, you ain't gonna believe it, but that crazy somebody just tried to drive right up under my truck. What's the Texas County line doing in Arkansas? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, who the hell knows?
Now in the movie, when that police car hit the front of that semi truck, it wasn't supposed to do that. And the funny part was the guy that was the stunt man, he was like, you know, the grill at semi truck is really big when it's right here. So yeah, that's Kelly. Great channel. I told him I'd give him a shout out, which a lot of YouTubers won't do because.
But President Trump's going to fix that.
Oh my
We're gonna
God! I
really
wanted to
be
have
able bring
everybody
down
watching
inflation.
my
That's first and
content,
foremost, and then of course
not
the economy is going to be
you
booming.
know.
I mean, the stock market's already
Doing
roaring
shout
because
outs
of
for other
President
content
Trump getting
creators.
elected. So it's going to be exciting.
That's
Is there
a-
anything else you'd like to say to
It's
the
funny.
RSPM viewers today?
He does a great job of doing it.
When it comes to illegal immigration, I'm so excited for it to stop because my parents, my grandparents came over from Mexico, and it's not fair to them for everything that they've done. They had work,
Yeah.
work in the fields.
Okay, everybody.
It's
Us
not
Trump
fair to
supporters.
them to be able to
Us
sit there
conservatives.
and
Us
watch people come
Republicans.
in. I live right on the border, so we saw it from
We're
day
not
one. And
anti-immigrant.
it's a real thing, and people need to stop
We're
it. It needs to be done now.
illegal
Right, so
immigrant.
you
You want
see
to come
it
in, come in
firsthand because
legally.
you said you live right on
Now,
the border,
granted,
and
I
your
know
parents and
that
grandparents came from Mexico
our
illegally, and it was a lot of
immigration
work,
system
and had to take their citizenship test, which I'm sure they had to study
is
for.
messed
So
up.
there's a lot that goes into this, and going through the legal process, it's a lot of hard work, but it's worth it. And then you see these other people just running over and getting everything handed to them. I would be also very upset by that. So I can see why that makes a lot, makes a lot of sense to you and your family. So thanks for sharing that. And is there anything else you like to say to President Trump? Because he actually watches us a lot.
Well, I'm super excited. We're praying for you all the time. Rosary's going your way. But you're always in our hearts. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much
Yep.
and enjoy. Have fun today. She's heading into the arena. It's going to be a wonderful day here in America.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And your name was?
Megan.
Megan, nice to meet you.
With RSBN. So check it out.
Now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I
just noticed a T-shirt
was
that
live
says, "Truth
streaming the
really
Butler
upsets
rally.
many people." So Trump.
I live streamed
And
both
in
of
some
them.
cases, that's true for the far left or those who have opposed common sense principles. Those 20 promises President Trump made during the campaign,
When Trump
which was
was
adopted by the Republican National Committee
shot,
at their convention
I live
in
streamed
Milwaukee,
both of them.
Wisconsin, back in July, a much warmer time. I know
And
you were there enjoying all that wonderful convention had to
I
offer.
remember.
Really, for the first time in
I
my
remember
lifetime,
exactly
with the
when
Trump
Trump
effect,
got
it seems
shot.
as if the Republican Party is that
Because
big
man,
tent
I
party,
paused
very
that
similar
live
to what
stream,
President Ronald Reagan
ran
wanted
it
to
back,
create
held
in
my phone up
that
to the screen,
movement of
did a
the
stupid ass
Reagan
ghetto
right. This is
low
now
quality
the
video
Trump populist
just to
right, the
put it
Trump
out all over the
common
internet
sense
that
people,
Trump just
Republican
got
and
shot.
Democrat, coming together to support
Because I've been
the
saying
MAGA
for
agenda, and we've seen this even with legislators. Senator John Fetterman
all of
saying he will support
2014,
Marco Rubio
probably the last
in a
part of
likely vote
2013
today to
is when
become
I
the next
first said it.
Secretary of State.
Wonderful.
That they were
And
going
I
to try
would
to
just
take
love
Trump
to point
out.
out how we just spoke with a young
They were
lady
going to try
whose
to make
family
that man
came
not be
from
alive
Mexico
anymore.
the legal way. They went through our immigration process
And
with
of
the
course,
proper
oh my
steps,
God,
and
the
it's not easy. It's
backlash.
a lot of work,
Like
but it's
they would never
obviously
do
worth
it. I'm
to
like,
become an American citizen, and that goes to show they wanted to come to America
they
the
did
right
it to
way.
this
They are
man.
filled with American pride to be part of this great country, and then they're looking around at all these other people coming through the
Don't put it
Mexican
past
southern
our
border
government
and
to
just getting everything handed to them,
do
and
everything
they
that
don't
they
have to go through
possibly
any of
can
the
to get
processes.
their way.
Maybe not even learning English. It's just a mess, and she lives on the border and she sees it with
Ask
her own
ask
eyes.
the people
So
of
it's
North
great to hear
Carolina how they
perspective from
feel
someone like
about
that.
Well, and I
our
think
federal
about the
government.
families like
We're from the
Jocelyn
federal
Nungary,
government and we're
Lincoln
here to help.
Riley. I watched over
Uh-huh.
the Thanksgiving holiday when Laken Riley's
Let me look up
roommates,
something
really
here.
sisters to her, gave their victim impact statements to that.
What's the current temp in Asheville, North Carolina? It is 15 degrees in Asheville. There's people living in tents and broke down RVs in Asheville, North Carolina. It's 15 degrees. Oh, but what did good old Biden say he was going to do to California? Oh, we're going to help, we're going to send 100% funding and rebuild everything. Didn't say that about Asheville. Oh, but why is that? Because there's lithium under Asheville. Huge deposit of lithium. What is lithium used in? Batteries. Cell phone batteries. Electric car batteries. The land's worth less than if there's a house on it. Because you're not paying for the house, you're just paying for the land. And the people in Asheville still have to pay taxes on their land. They ain't got no jobs, they're living in tents, but oh my God, the federal government's like, you got to pay taxes on it. That's why I think owning a house is the dumbest thing you could ever do. Because you don't own that house. No matter how much you think that you own the home that you live in, it's paid off. Two things could mess you up and make you not live there anymore. One, not pay your taxes. And two, the scariest thing I've ever heard. Eminent domain. Burt Gummer, eminent domain.
Very well, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, in the movie Tremors, Burt Gummer said, eminent domain. Because the federal government had showed up to help out with their problem and ended up making it a worse problem. Because eminent domain. Oh, look at the rhino himself. Yes, everybody, I just called Mike Johnson a rhino. But he's Speaker of the House. He's supposed to work with the Democrats. But he's not supposed to work against the Republicans. He's a Republican. That's like the whole TikTok ban. That TikTok ban was a standalone bill. And it wasn't going anywhere. People didn't want to touch it because technically it violated people's free speech. And yes, I will die on that hill. When our government closes down an app and it says you can't use it anymore, that people are using to communicate, that's the same as the federal government turning off the internet or turning off cell phone service. We don't want you communicating. There's over 170 million people that use TikTok. I'm one of them. And it's a communication platform. Yes, there's stupid little kid videos and stuff on there too. But people talk. We've had humongous fundraisers on there. Helped out families. Humongous fundraisers. There's an older woman. She's probably 65, 70 years old. That was ready to lose her home. And a guy showed up, did a video, a TikTok video. Started up a GoFundMe for that woman. Just wanting to raise like, I think it was like $30,000. You know, something real small. At last check, that fundraiser is getting close to $1 million. Why? Because of TikTok. The TikTok creator Stoner Gump. This guy's a humongous user of the devil's lettuce. Funny as hell, and he sounds like Forrest Gump. He helped out 1,000 children that weren't going to have a Christmas because their parents couldn't afford to give them Christmas. He helped out 1,000 kids. There's a TikTok creator that goes by the name JD Delay that has put in several chomos in prison. These chomos get on there posting videos where they like kids and stuff. Well, he gets notified and he finds out real quick where they are, contacts local authorities, contacts the state police, contacts the FBI, and they end up in prison where they belong. Now, if you guys want to watch a very cool video, there's a video on YouTube about that car that they're getting into, the Beast. That limousine is amazing. The tech, the armor, the amount of pew-pews that are in it. How it was built, Now the tires don't look huge on it because it fits the look of the car. But those are truck tires. Big truck tires. How they increase the horsepower. I thought that was a very interesting video. There's another one you can go and watch. And trust me, I'm going to get the links to all these so I can just put the link in. There's a video comparing Air Force One to Trump Force One. Outside, inside, tech, everything. I tell you, yeah, Air Force One has more tech. Because it's basically applying White House. But as for how nice it is on the inside, no. Trump Force One is so much better. Yeah. This is amazing. I don't know if it's amazing enough to stand out there in freezing temperatures, below freezing temperatures. Oh, I bet Kamala is pissed. Like a week ago, they were at some function where it was Kamala, Biden, Obama, and because Obama was talking to Trump, my God, the look on Kamala's face, like somebody just pissed in their Cheerios. That was epic. She's such a poor loser. Here's something that I've always wondered. Why can women wear dresses of any color to a function like this? But men have to wear a dark suit. Whether it be blue, gray, or black. Men have to wear a dark suit. Why can't a man show up in like a bright red suit? Or a green suit? Or a yellow suit? Why does it always have to be a dark colored suit? Because that's just, I mean, you can see women in red dresses and everything there. I see two women, well, three now, wearing red dresses. So why can't I show up wearing a red suit? Or an old school zoot suit. You know, with the pinstripes. See, she has a white dress on. And also, when it, for any function, the focus is always on the woman. Whether it be prom, getting married, the guy wears the same thing. A rented tuxedo. The woman can wear whatever extravagant dress she wants to wear, but the man has to wear boring clothes. Oh, but you can wear whatever color tie you want. Makes no sense to me. Or like John Fetterman. He's gotten so much slack because he doesn't wear a suit. Why should he have to? Can you imagine being in Congress? Sitting at those stupid meetings and hearings and stuff in a suit all day long. Now there's a guy that's got a fancy suit on. Well, at least a jacket. See, green dress, red dress, pink dress, white dress. There's a purple dress, a red dress, a white dress. But I know what it's all about. It's tradition. You know, man's got to look dignified. Yeah. Wear your tux when you go to prom. Wear your tux when you get married. And then when you get buried, at the end of your life, you're buried in a suit. You know, just doesn't make sense. Oh, but black is elegant. Then why ain't the women wearing black? Oh, well, women only wear black to formal things or funerals. I don't get it. I bet if I asked my wife that question, she wouldn't get it either. Why does a limousine have to be black? Like, what if I wanted a red limousine or a pink one? You know? Like, why does the president have to have a black limousine? And it's been that way forever. Gotta be black. Just like old Henry Ford said, you can have any color you want as long as it's black. But look at the size of the beast compared to the guy standing next to it. The roof line of that car is the height of his head. That means the roof line is like 6 feet tall. The beast is supposed to be a Cadillac, where the roof line's like 3 feet tall. because of everything they did to the beast. I don't think there's any part on that car that is actual Cadillac, except for maybe the Cadillac badges. Everybody's got to get them pictures.